You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
So we want to welcome you to the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers and Manhattan Yorkers that will kick the Atlantic Conference off the Eastern Division. And with the news, New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers have won the toss and they've elected to bowl. In the box with me, we've got Matthew Achaibar. Matt, is it a good toss to win and bowl as we have seen from the way this pitch has behaved last year?
Yeah, certainly, especially first game of a new season as well. I think the Cavaliers will be quite pleased winning the toss, having their say. So you look at the Manhattan Yorkers, who will be out in the middle first. A lot of youth expressed in this side. We've seen that to be the strategy from the Yorkers over the last few seasons. Pranav Chattopadhyay, Danish Patel, Yasir Mohammed, some very young players as well. Siddharth Kappa, USA Under-19, as well as Chattopadhyay, who I mentioned earlier. But also some experience. Manoj Acharya, Ruchir Joshi as well, Nimit Shashida, some more experienced players that will look to guide the youngsters through to a more successful campaign than they would have had last year, and they'll be looking to kick off their campaign with a big win here over the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the Cavaliers comes into this match having gone to the overall final, and that's the look at the squad. Led by the tall man, Najaf Shah, and he's got a lot of experience. Kenar Lewis, we know what he can do. Abdullah, he's back. Chandrapal Hemraj, Junaid Nadir, Gajanan Singh, and Saeed Kazmi, Viraj Desai, and the whole lineup. So it's a strong lineup. Adil Bati is still back in the mix. So what for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, having won the toss, and they've elected to bowl. So we're just about getting ready to start. And the two openers out in the middle looks like Danish Patel and Pranav Chattopadhyay. So it looks like Adil Bati has been thrown the ball, and Matt Adil Bati, we saw him in the final against Dallas Mustang, really performed well, gets the ball to swing, and you fancy with overcast conditions here, he could be a very good ticket as he has been given the new ball.
Yeah, Adil Bhatti has certainly been around for some bit of time, but he's still going strong and brings both the performance and the experience factor to this Cavaliers lineup. We mentioned how good he was last season. Big part of the Cavaliers reaching that final against Dallas Mustangs. Caused some damage at the top of that Mustangs innings as well. Removed some big names, got the ball to swing as you mentioned. And we'll be looking to see, it will be a very interesting, especially the power play. We'll get a good sense of how the pitch is feeling, how the outfield is playing. And Adil Bhatti will be looking to extract some swing early on the surface and make things difficult for the two young openers out in the middle, Chetapaliam and Patel.
So we're all ready for the first ball of the Atlantic Conference Eastern Division. And first up in the fixture, Manhattan Yorkers, they've won the toss. In fact, Cavaliers have won the toss, and here's the first ball. Adil Bhatti to Chetapaliam. Some early swing outside the off stump. He allows one to go through. Kenar Lewis is the keeper. And minor league cricket is back in 2024. And we have just seen the start of this 2024 season match here at the Mercer County Park.
Yeah, just a little bit of movement there from Adil Bhatti early on.
Play and a miss. A bit of stifled appeal, and why not? In the end, they scamper through for what could be a bye. And things are on the way here. Mihir Patel is the umpire. He goes upstairs with a bye. And 1-for-0 is the score here for the Manhattan Yorkers.
A bit of sloppiness there from the Cavaliers to allow that single. Alert running, especially right away into the new campaign. Maybe a little bit of lapse in concentration from the Somerset Cavaliers. As we get Danish Patel, the hard-hitting Danish Patel, onto strike. This opening partnership will be very important for the Manhattan Yorkers, especially in this game, the opening game of the campaign. Always looking for your top order batters to get a good start. As you mentioned, runs were a bit difficult to come by last season. We're looking to make that a different story here with the Manhattan Yorkers.
Yeah, a couple of slips in plays for Danish Patel, and we've seen so much of him over the years, Matt. Still a young player. Might have been quite disappointed with his returns last year, but we know he's a top quality batter. And one of the things you will notice with Danish Patel, he loves going long off or mid off, long on or mid on. He loves going straight. Scamper through for one, and look at that, they'll come back for a couple of runs. So Danish Patel has begun his 2024 campaign with a couple of runs into the offside.
And again, good running this from the Manhattan Yorkers. They were very alert to scamper that by, and now pouncing on the opportunity, the overthrow, so to get a couple of runs. So this is very good communication, very good running this from between Danish and Pranav Chetapaliam, as you would probably expect from two younger players in the side.
We saw when Najaf Shah and the Cavaliers won the toss, they opted to quickly bowl into the onside, and Yorkers, they're off to a very good start, Matt. They enjoyed a very good season in 2022. Got taken out by the Atlanta Fire.
Yeah, they would have certainly been their best season to date. Would have been a somewhat unfortunate turn of events with them going down to Atlanta. Would have had some inclement weather. What was supposed to be a best of three ended up being a one and done, which they would have lost.
Yeah, that little bit of swing again. So the first over comes to a close, ball by Adil Bhatti, with the Yorkers having been sent in. They're batting a 4 for no loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So the captain Najaf Shah has been given the ball. Will come from the media center end. And will come into ball to Danish Patel. Patel is on 3. Pranav Chattopadhyay yet to get off the mark. He's faced 3 balls. And one of the tallest men in minor league cricket, Najaf Shah, Matt, given the ball. Good leadership from him last year. And he comes back to lead this New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. Very experienced bowler. And if it's not for his leadership, Matt, you want to think he can still make the side as a fast bowler. Here he is. And will come into bowl to Danish Patel.
Or not. There was a bit of dampness on that side of the run-up.
Yeah.
Spent a bit of time rectifying that. Najaf Shah just making sure he gets his season off the best way possible.
Yeah, Matt, you're right on that. We've got a late start by some 30 minutes because of this very end that Najaf Shah runs in from. And the exact position, it's on the side of a left-hand bowling over the wicket. So a bit of concern for Najaf Shah. And he opted to just do pretty much a trial run. But let's talk about his performance. You've seen him quite a bit over time. He can still make any minor league side as a fast bowler?
Certainly, the experience seems to be just a big bonus, but you look at the height and you still got some pace to him. There's Najaf Shah. Offers a lot still as a player. That's the reason why the Cavaliers have kept him around for a couple of years. They tend to rely a lot on experience with the Somerset Cavaliers, the likes of Najaf Shah, Adil Bhatti. We would have seen them being led by Saad bin Zafar for a fair portion of last season. Gajanan Singh as well also in this lineup. So a lot of experienced players that would have been around the scene for a bit of time, but still also players that are still very capable of making a minor league side. And as we saw last year, it was pretty much a similar core side. Got them all the way to the final.
So Pranav Chattopadhyay comes back into strike. We saw in the previous over from Adil Bhatti. Got a couple of balls that passed the edge. This one angling down the leg side. Called away from umpire Temple. We've seen a couple of X's already. 6 for no loss. How tall is Najaf Shah, Matt? You'd probably want to say 6'8". 6'8". He stands about 6'8". And here I'm gonna test your brain here a little bit. Who are some of the tallest fast bowler that you know? I know you're a young man, but have followed the game, and there are a couple of them still around. In fact, yeah, there are a couple of them still around. One from Zimbabwe, one from South Africa, and there was a very tall man from Pakistan. So let's go ahead and challenge your brain.
Well, for a start, I'd maybe go a couple of inches lower for Najaf Shah, maybe 6'5", around there. 6'8". I'm not good at judging height, but that seems a little bit too tall.
Pulled into the onside from Chattopadhyay, so he gets off the mark. And the Yorkers, man, they're off to a good start. They're 7 for no loss, but I still have you on that question. Name me some very tall fast bowlers currently or what you've known of in the last few years.
Well, you didn't mention this specific nation, but first person that came to my mind was Kyle Jamieson from New Zealand. Standing at around 6'8". The Janssen twins as well from South Africa, Marco and Dwayne.
So ball defended here by Danish Patel, but let's not forget probably one of the tallest, over 7'1", Mohamed Irfan.
Yep.
Mohamed Irfan.
Mohamed Irfan was certainly a giant.
Joel Garner from Barbados.
Muzarbani as well.
Yes,
Blessing Muzarbani, pretty tall, quick from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, very tall man. Najaf Shaw 6'5", 6'8", as you mentioned. And a ball outside the off stump. So the second over comes to a close. Is 7 for no loss.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 8 on the board.
Oh,
lovely shot. Lovely shot from Danish Patel. Will test this outfield. Won't go away to the boundary. But we'll get a couple of runs in the end. So, in the end, 10 runs after the first 2 overs.
So 10 for no loss. We've seen a couple of overs. Adil Bhatti has bowled 1. Najaf Shaw has bowled 1. Bhatti has bowled a tidy first over. A lot of experience in the bowling lineup, Matt. Adil Bhatti has been around American cricket for some time. He's played briefly at the national level back in the days. And Najaf Shaw, we talked about him. And when you factor in the experience that Adil Bhatti and Najaf Shaw brings to the lineup, and they're bowling against a team that on average could be one of the youngest team in this year's minor league tournament. Ball eased into the offside. A couple of good balls there from Adil Bhatti.
Yeah, we'll certainly have to run the numbers on that. Not sure if we'll be able to definitively get an answer, but just on the face of it, definitely Manhattan Yorkers probably sporting one of the younger sides. As I mentioned, it's seemingly been a strategy that has been used by this Yorkers setup throughout their minor league existence. We saw it work out quite well in 2022.
Yeah, many of the players who has been part of the Crickmax institution playing a miss. So very young squad. We saw them. You made mention of a couple of years ago. Got into the playoff bracket, only to be taken out by the Atlanta Fire. One of the game we got washed out, and so probably never fulfilled an opportunity to really go higher in that 2022 season. You're watching Adil Bhatti. Chetapaliam gets another beauty of a delivery here from Adil Bhatti. That experience has really come into play here, Matt. It's 10 for no loss.
Yeah, you can see Pranav just trying to get down the track, try and negate some swing there from Adil Bhatti. But he's pulled his length back nicely, has Adil Bhatti. He's been a good over this.
And I want to think, Matt, so far, good crowd in. That's the Manhattan Yorkers camp. They're all ready to go in this 2024 season. Opening match, opening session. And they're very focused and ready to take on the competition. Punched into the offside, can't score. Adil Bhatti continues to bowl well. And I would want to think, Matt, I haven't seen Adil Bhatti bowl to Danish Patel, the right-hander, but so far he has really controlled the line for the left-hander.
Yeah, and again, talking to the experience of Adil Bhatti, it's certainly a major gap when it comes to experience between Adil Bhatti and Chetapaliam.
Lovely shot from Chetapaliam, running up towards the square leg area. Fielder does well to keep the ball in play, but a good looking shot. Good cricket. And good feeling by the man out in the deep.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 12 for none. Seen a good start here from the Yorkers. Patel is on 6. Danish Patel is on 6, as you can see. And Chattapaliam, he's on 3. Bowling change, early bowling change here, Matt. A man who has served the Cavaliers well last year. Junaid Nadir has been given the ball. So he replaces Najaf Shah with the score of 12 for no loss. Yorkers haven't been sent in. And the man on strike, Danish Patel. Oh, that's a cheeky single in the end. Good running from the Manhattan Yorkers team. And they pick up another one. It's 13 for none.
Yeah, quick running. You haven't seen any boundaries as yet between these two, so the running will have to pretty much try and do their best to make up for it. And so far they've done quite well. They've put pressure on the Cavaliers fielders early on. We've seen a bit of sloppiness from the Cavaliers from a couple of deliveries.
Oh, pulled, not timed well. But he'll get a single ball in the air for some time from Chattapaliam, Matt, but he escapes. And it's another run here for the Yorkers.
So Junaid Nadir was such a big part of this Cavaliers lineup last season. Took many wickets and had a knack for taking big wickets as well, in the power play especially. Junaid Nadir always seemed to be the difference maker with the ball for the Somerset Cavaliers.
Oh, the unpredictable bunks that we saw was quite prominent last year has come back in with this delivery from Junaid Nadir. Patel did well to probably not sustaining a full frontal blow, and now Meher Patel is just making sure, following the protocol, just making sure he is okay for the time being. 14 for no loss. So overcast conditions here in New Jersey. And we're at the Mercer County Park, a venue that has hosted the minor league series in 2023. We're back on this ground. Going down the leg side, and so another wide here conceded by the Cavaliers. So Danish Patel remains on 7, Matt. We've seen a slow but solid start here from the Yorkers. They're 15 for none in the 4th over.
Yeah, and you feel not losing wickets early on will certainly help on this surface. Just being able to survive, being able to keep things moving along. Maybe 120, 130, 140 will certainly be a good enough score here.
Play in a miss, and the ball goes to the big, imposing figure of Kenar Lewis, man who, a couple of players was just returned from the Cayman Islands T10 series. Both Chandrapal Hemraj and Kenar Lewis. You're watching Junaid Nadir, number 89, really played well last year for the Somerset Cavaliers. It's a type of bowler, Matt. May not have one of the big names, but really brought out some some strong performance, especially towards the back end of their campaign last year, leading into the final.
Yeah, especially on the east where spinners really did most of the heavy lifting.
Ball turned into the onside. Gajanan Singh comes in with a quick throw, but good running.
Yeah, on a surface that certainly helped the spinners a lot. Junaid Nadir was really one of the pacers that stood out. We saw how lethal that pace attack was, especially in the final in Dallas. Maybe a bit more of an even surface. We saw how good Najaf Shah, Adil Bhatti, Junaid Nadir as well. How well the seamers bowled.
Lofted into the onside. Couple of runs here on tap for Chetapalliam. And look at that. He picks up a couple of runs. We'll finish up the 4th over. So 4 gone. It's 18 for no loss.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Najaf Shah comes back into the attack mat. He has bowled 1 over for 6 from the media center end. And maybe in cricket sometimes, a lot of time when you see a bowler comes in, we saw Junaid Nadir came in for 1 over. We don't know, but many times you'll see a bowler come in, and that is because to allow the switch. Ball driven back to the bowler, and that switch has happened now. The question is, does Junaid Nadir continues?
It will be interesting to see how the Cavaliers manage their bowlers. It's a very common theme to see a rotation, especially in T20 cricket. See a lot of captains liking to mix up their bowlers a lot.
And Matt, you talk about the seamer in operation all the time. Chopped into the offside, can't score. Number 11, the fielder. And the irony here, when you look at this Somerset Cavaliers, we know they bank on spinners quite a lot. They've got Chandrapal Hemraj, left arm finger spinner. Saad bin Zafar, we're told he's coming tomorrow. We've got Karima Gore, who's also maybe showing up next week with the team. So they've got 3 renowned left arm finger spinner. Not a good slower ball here from Najaf Shah. How good has his bowling been, Matt? 18 for no loss.
Yeah, you mentioned the arsenal of left arm spin. They've also got a solid left arm seamer operating here in Najaf Shah.
Yeah, they've started pretty well. Adil Bhatti, a couple of overs from him for just only 5. Najaf Shah, he's bowled 9 balls. He's only considered 6. But Matt, I'll tell you what. The Yorkers haven't played last season on this pitch or on this ground. The pitches always change from time to time, so not necessarily played on this pitch, but I'm pretty sure that they did. They have learned their lessons well in 2023, and all the teams playing at Mercer County Park will come in with better knowledge in 2024, you guess.
Yeah, a lot of work has certainly gone into this venue from last year, and a lot of preparation for a lot of these players, especially those from the New Jersey area. Will have certainly played on this surface a few times towards the back end of last season and the early part of this season leading up to this tournament. As we see Najaf Shah maybe getting a change of shoes or something of the sorts.
Not at all, Matt. He's not changing his shoe. Maybe just switching the socks.
Yeah, changing the socks, it seems.
He's switching the socks. He had the
like
socks on the wrong side.
Yeah, it looked as if he's maybe even putting on another layer of socks.
And by the way, that brings me to the big socks question. Do you look for the left socks and put it on your left foot, or it doesn't matter for you? How particular are you about socks?
I don't think it really matters, to be fair. I wonder if it matters to Najaf Shah.
Shoe that you think that is 14, 15?
Certainly a good question.
Yeah, these tall fast bowlers always have very long shoes. I remember when I saw Patrick Patterson, and now that we've got a break, I saw him at Border, and I always tell you I've been a member of the Georgetown Cricket Club. It is Border, and so as young boys, we used to get to go in free. We sat in the players' pavilion along with the cricketers, and I remember seeing Patrick Patterson very close up, almost just about a yard away, and I saw. Being a fast bowler, terrifying fast bowler back in the 80s, and I saw his boot, and it's a popular thing with fast bowler that their boot, their big toes is cut out on their shoe, and I said to myself that oh, a big appeal, he's gone. So the first wicket for Manhattan Yorkers, interrupting that conversation. And Danish Patel goes for 8. It's 18 for 1.
Yeah, you felt it was a long time coming, this, from the Somerset Cavaliers. They were building some pressure. The Yorkers never really seemed to break free. You see this one here from Najaf Shah, keeping a tad low, striking Danish on the pad. And was always in trouble. And up went the finger. So the Somerset Cavaliers, they've bowled very tight. They've kept things quiet. And now they've got a wicket of Danish Patel. It's 18 for 1.
So we've seen the first wicket from Najaf Shah. I think it's a very good call. Look at that. In lane. Kept the tad low. And it was always going to be in trouble. Danish Patel. Mihir Patel comes up with the decision. And Manhattan Yorkers, they're one down. Sid Kappa comes to the middle. And he joins Chetapali and Matt. We'll have to continue that Patrick Patterson story, but we've got a couple of balls in this over. Sid Kappa comes into strike, and I was talking about the fast bowling boots, and they always have their big toes, a little bit of cutout on the shoe, and I wondered to myself that here is Patrick Patterson playing international cricket, and he comes in playing this test in Guyana at Border, and he comes with a boots that is torn, that doesn't look wholesome. And then I was told that all the fast bowlers, they do a little cut in the boot into the offside. Abdullah does well to save what could have been a run here for Sid Kappa. And I was told by many people very experienced, and that fast bowlers are typically like that. They'll cut a little bit out where the big toe is, because you know the stress on the toes with the shoes does create some bit of problems in that regard. So I'll give you a little bit of homework. So at the end of this session, maybe you can go see if Najaf Shah has a little bit of cut on one of those feet. A play and a miss, and that will complete the 5th over. So 5 gone. It's 18 for the loss of 1.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So welcome back. 5 overs gone. 18 for 1. Danish Patel leg before off the bowling of Najaf Shah. He fell for 8. On the 19 player, Chattapalian. He is on 6 as Junaid Nadir continues. And so certainly he was not in for the switch. He has come in to bowl. Second over of his spell.
Yeah, he's a quality bowler, Junaid Nadir, especially having lost the wicket of Danish Patel. They'll probably go back to their strike bowler, try and get a second.
Oh, that's a lovely strike from Chattapalian. Look at that, over the offside, and he runs away for the first boundary of this match. And that's a lovely shot from the left-hander.
Lovely shot indeed. Lofted cover drive from Chattapalian. Wonderful shot and a brilliant way to see our first boundary. Look at that, inside out. They say it's always looks better off a left-hander.
A ball that winds him up, and it was a really lovely shot from Chattapalian in the previous ball. He's been there from the start. He has seen Danish Patel gone. And now he's batting with, look at that, really wound him up. And good delivery here from Junaid Nadir. That's another one, beating the outside edge. And Matthew, look at you look at Kinar Lewis, and we've seen quite a few balls dropping in front of him. When does he go forward?
Yeah, I've always wondered that with wicket keepers. A lot of times on surface that play a little bit lower. I wonder, does it really hurt to take another step or two?
Again into the offside, similar position. And it bounces away from a quicker outfield from last year. And that's a couple of good shots in this over from Chattapalian.
Yeah, another great shot this from the youngster Chattapalian. We'll take another look here. Junaid Nadir has been a tad expensive down the track, and a similar shot from the first goes away for 4. So a much more promising signs this for the Manhattan Yorkers as Chattapalian begins to open up. 2 USA U19s out in the middle.
And Matt, it comes off a back of a couple of balls that really served as a top leg cutter. Taking on the pad, a jumping Pranav Chattapalian. So 6 over comes to a close. The power plays are done and dusted. It's 26 for 1 at the end of 6.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 26 for 1 at the end of 6. Siddharth Kappa will be the man on strike, and Gajanan Singh, the off-spinner mat, comes into the attack. 4th ball used here by Somerset Cavaliers, and Najaf Shah has gone off the field. So I wonder who has taken over the leadership for the time being. Might have been Gajanan Singh. Could be, very well be Gajanan Singh, you'd think. Well, he's been given the ball. Will come into ball to Sid Kappa, who's just come to the crease. And he gets a good delivery, good bite, good turn on for this off-spinner mat. You've seen quite a few games here at Mercer County from last year. Spinners, they play a good role. Major roles in games at this park.
Yeah, very valuable.
Into the onside, fielder comes in, ball drops in front of him. And Siddharth Kappa, he finds himself getting off the mark with 127 on the board. They've lost Dimple runs across for the left hand.
You mentioned how important spinners were. The Somerset Cavaliers seem to have almost every different kind of spinner in their bowling lineup last season. You had off spin, you had the left arm finger spin, you had the wrist spin, the likes of Sunny Patel, for example. Not with them this year.
Yeah, man, that probably is a big void to fill. Sunny Patel played extremely well last year, but we've been told that Aaron Johnson, the Canadian international, is coming to the Cavaliers. With Saad bin Zafar, they could be in for the next game that the Cavaliers play, but for the time being, Gajanan Singh with just one in the over. Into the offside, challenges Desai, comes in with a good throw. The appeal goes up, but not out.
They've taken on the field. They've certainly done that bit correctly, have the Manhattan Yorkers. They've certainly pushed for ones and twos. Could have been in a bit of trouble here. Keenan Lewis, he's sharp with the gloves on. Certainly seemed as if maybe have been a question more, and if so, was the bat grounded. Looked from that angle to be down in time.
So it's been a very good over here from Gajanan Singh so far. Ball given a lot of air into the onside. That will complete the 7th over, so 7 gone. It's 29 for the loss of 1.
So no ball signaled in the end. Free hit ball coming up. Pulled away, but straight to the fielder. So an uneventful free hit in the end. Doesn't do much harm for Gajanan Singh. 30 for 1 after 7.
So Adnan Haroon has been given the ball. And Matt, he's made a long trek from the west all the way to the east. And he's been given the ball. Finger spinner, as in the likes of Sunny Patel. Here he is, Sid Kappa. Right on the money. Adnan Haroon, welcome to the east.
It's certainly a somewhat of a long trip from Haroon.
It's the ball punched into the offside. Shortish ball from Adnan Haroon. And so that Kappa picks up another run. You're looking at a scorecard. It's 31 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Danish Patel. We'll maybe during the course of this over try to show you Danish Patel the dismissal. But Adnan Haroon, we talked about the spin strength of the Somerset Cavaliers, Matt. And Adnan Haroon certainly given the opportunity. A big swing and a miss here from Chetapaliam. And that ball has eluded Kinar Lewis. Could be wides here, or might be just byes. In fact, wides is the call from umpire Dimple. So 3 wides added to the card here, Matt. It's 34 for 1.
And I would have mentioned the loss of Sunny Patel. They've brought in Adnan Haroon to try and maybe make up for that. The wrist spinner, Sunny Patel, of course, heading to the south as well, to the Atlanta Lightning.
Oh, pulled into the onside. Fielder settles under it, takes the catch. And Pranav Chatapalian has to go. It's 34 for 2. Short ball into the onside. Couldn't clear the mid-wicket area, Matt. And the second wicket goes down for the Yorkers. Chatapalian gone. It's 34 for 2.
A big wicket. Chatapalian was looking good. He'd played a couple of nice-looking shots over the offside. But this time looking to take on Adnan Haroon. Picks out the fielder. And the Somerset Cavaliers have struck again. Hasn't taken Haroon long. See the shorter delivery whacked away from Chatapalian. Just fielder in front taking the catch. And it's 34 for 2 as Pranav departs.
So out comes Yasir Mohammed. Matt, we spoke to him a little bit earlier on and told us that he flew in yesterday off that tour to Amsterdam, and here he is hours later at Mercer County Park. 34 for 2 the Yorkers. Here is Adnan Haroon. Punched into the offside and he's off and running. And Yorkers, they're 34 for 2. We've seen a wicket from Najaf Shaw. We've seen one from Adnan Haroon. And the Eastern Conference are on the way here. The Eastern Division, they're on the way here from the Mercer County Park. 35 for 2. Yorkers having been sent in by New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. And you're watching Sid Kappa facing up to Adnan Haroon. And he gets a ball that he's punching nicely into the offside. So 39 for 2 at the end of 9. Adnan Haroon will continue 1 for 6. Got a wicket of Pranath Chattopadhyay and will come into ball to Siddharth Kappa. Overcast conditions here at Mercer County Park, and we've seen a very difficult pitch last year, and you get the feeling, Matt, that Manhattan Yorkers, who incidentally this is their home turf, has learned their lessons, and you've got to say 39 for 2 at the end of 9, going just over 4, has been a remarkable approach to conditions here at Mercer County Park.
Up and over, good looking shot this. Does it have enough? No, fielder comes around. We'll get a couple of runs. So Siddharth Kappa has played that shot a few times. Looking to go up and over. He's getting it over the infield. And even though the boundaries have been difficult to come by, these twos, if you can get some more of them, if you can run the runs hard, will certainly do the York as well.
Oh, a magnificent catch. It looks like Gajanan Singh has taken a blinder at second slip, and another wicket goes down for the Manhattan Yorkers. They're 41 for 3.
Wow, Siddharth Kappa cannot believe it. He's guided it down, hoping it'll go, thinking it'll go wide. And Gajanan Singh, sticking out a hand, diving out to his right, has pulled off a stunner. And Adnan Haroon has got his second wicket in some fashion. Look at this. Controlled it, thought he had controlled it just to the right. And look at that. Diving away to his right, sticking the hand out and pulling off a scorcher of a catch. So the third wicket goes down. Things beginning to fall away here for the Manhattan Yorkers. The Cavaliers, they're rolling. Haroon making things happen. It's 41 for 3.
So a couple of wickets here in the bag for Adnan Haroon. A magnificent catch from Gajanan Singh. And Matt, when you feel a slip and a ball like that comes, it becomes reflexes more than anything else. The magnificent catch from the international star Gajanan Singh as Nimit Shashidhar comes to the middle. And Manhattan Yorkers, we're talking about their approach to batting this year, but they've lost their third. They're with 41 on the board. And Adnan Haroon has made an early impression in his debut match for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. It's 42 for 3.
Yeah, Adnan Haroon, they'll be hoping he can continue this. They obviously have brought him in from some distance. And he's certainly given the Cavaliers their money's worth so far. 2 for 9 from his over and a half. Nimit Shashidhar out in the middle, off the mark straight away.
So ball punched into the offside. And Matt, when we come back in the next over, you talked about migration of players from one part of the United States to the other. When we come back, we'll talk about some who have made, in the last couple of years of minor league, who have made some lengthy travels to be with franchises. And I know we were jokingly talked about how far players have traveled from time to time to really get to their franchise. Adnan Haroon being one. Well, when I come back, we'll talk about that. Into the region of Gajanan Singh, and passes him this time. They'll come back for a couple of runs. A very tidy over here from Adnan Haroon, and after 10, Yorkers, they're batting a 45 for 3.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So welcome back. It's 45 for 3, 10 overs gone. Gajanan Singh, a couple of overs from him for only 7, a magnificent catch. Into the onside, could be looking for a couple of runs here from Yasser Mohammed. He stays for 1. And Gajanan Singh, Matt, restarts the bowling here. It's 46 for 3 at the end. In fact, in the 11th over. And we're talking about players traveling, Matt. You've got a couple of players that you have lined up.
Yeah, one that comes to my mind was Mario Rampasad. Would have started in 2021 with East Bay and in the Bay Area on the west coast of the US, and the next season he went to the Philadelphians. So he probably was the biggest move that I can remember, when going all the way from the west to the east. Siddharth Matani was quite a big mover as well. He started in 2021 with the San Diego Surf Riders, went down south to the Atlanta Lightning in 22, and then last season and this season is with the New Jersey Stallions.
Yeah, ball driven into the offside from Shashi Dar. He's just come to the crease. We've seen, you talked about a falling away of the Manhattan Yorkers, Matt. But they're coming up against a team that made it to the last 2 last year, the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. And they're batting at 47 for 3 at the moment.
Trevon Griffith, another player. Started in 2021 with the Empire State Titans. Spent a little bit of time in St. Louis in 2022. And now for the last 2 seasons has been with the Morrisville Raptors. So he's been in 3 of the 4 divisions. Yeah, this has been a very, very confident Cavaliers bowling lineup, especially coming into this season. Last year, expectations are high, being runners-up from 2023. And they've done really well here to fight back against this Yorkers lineup. They made things a little bit difficult with the way they ran and the way they dug themselves in. But now the wickets have started to flow here for the Cavaliers, and certainly a bit of fielding brilliance from this man with the ball, Gajanan Singh, may spur them on even further.
Matt, how important was the toss when Najaf Shah called right? It's a no ball, so I'm just wondering, why are we getting these late no balls? Aren't we paying attention or something?
And it is the second time it's off of Gajanan Singh's bowling, so something seems to be the case there.
It's a free hit ball.
Is pulled away, but straight to the fielder. Bit of an awkward pull in the end from Shashida, but it brings up the 50 nonetheless for the Manhattan Yorkers. The 50 comes up near the end of the 11th over. So you always measure milestones in 50s in the game of cricket, it seems.
Playing a miss, and Matt, we've seen a couple of no balls called, and he didn't pick that up at all. I'm just wondering, we'll have to pay attention here as to, and I know some umpires are a little bit delayed or probably not communicating with the with us, but in the end we've missed a couple of no balls, so we apologize for that. 50 on the board, and Gajanan Singh is really bowled well. 2.5, none for 12 so far. Yasser Mohammed wants a single, chance of a run out, and look at that, tame as they come. In the end, looking for his partner to respond to him, to go for a sharp single. In the end, Yasser Mohammed is run out. It's 50 for 4.
Yeah, and this is probably sometimes what pressure can do to a side. Again, especially this is a very young side here, is this Yorkers team. A total breakdown of communication here. Yasser Mohammed went charging down. Shashida took a couple of steps, perhaps luring Yasser Mohammed into committing to the run. And then an abrupt turn back from Shashida. Yasser Mohammed was already halfway down, and it was easy pickings for the Somerset Cavaliers to affect the dismissal. So Yasir falls. It's 50 for 4, the Manhattan Yorkers. So you look at how things have happened here. It hasn't been a great scorecard this for the Manhattan Yorkers, as Kishan Parwani seems to be the new batter in. Chattapaliam played some good looking shots but fell not too long afterward.
So ball punched into the offside. Shashidar looking for a couple of runs. Better running this time. The ball, of course, in a longer range. Jishan Parwani comes to partner Nimit Shashidar with the news. Manhattan Yorkers, they're struggling here. Ahmad, they were batting at one stage. It was just 34 for 2. And they've lost a couple of wickets within that space of 2.5 overs or so. It's 53 for 4.
Yeah, and the Somerset Cavaliers will certainly feel they're in charge of this game now. They've certainly won this middle over period. They've taken wickets, they've restricted the scoring, which was never really that high to begin with in terms of a run rate, but as long as you can keep wickets in hand on this surface, you can look to target the back end of the innings. But with 4 down now in quick succession, you feel the Cavaliers can feel they're in charge.
The match, you look at Adnan Haroon, 4 wickets down. He's picked up 2. We've seen the run out of Yasser Mohammed not too long ago. And then we saw Najaf Shah at the top of the order. Might be wondering how many times New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers have played Manhattan Yorkers in the years of minor league cricket. Well, I've got some numbers for you. Into the onside. That's a lovely shot. 1 bounce. And it has gone away for 4 off the bat of Nimit Shashidar. Lovely shot.
Yeah, lovely shot indeed from Shashidar. One of the rare loose deliveries from Adnan Haroon has been picked apart on a much needed boundary this for the Manhattan Yorkers. Low full toss. It did dip quite a bit, but Shashidar was all over the shot. Picked the gap nicely. It's a man who is quite prolific at the local level.
Ball punched into the offside again, and 59 for 4. So Matt, they've between Somerset Cavaliers and Manhattan Yorkers, they played each other 5 times during 3 years of minor league. Well, the results are in. Ball driven into the offside. So for all our listeners, if you're paying keen attention and you want to get hold of that stat, you'll have to wait a few minutes later. The 12th over comes to a close. It's 60 for 4.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So welcome back. 12 overs gone. Cool day out here in New Jersey, Mercer County Park. And that's your scorecard for you, Manhattan Yorkers, Matt. They're batting a 60 for 4. Parwani and Shashidar out in the middle, not a bowling change. The left arm finger spinner, Chandrapal Hemraj, giving the ball, Matt. And he comes in here, replaces Gajanan Singh. Gajanan Singh, 3 overs, no made, none for 12.
Yeah, Chandrapal Hemraj, another experienced player. Quite the world traveler is Chandrapal Hemraj. He's taken part in many franchise leagues across the globe.
Yeah, I saw maybe last month he played in the Niagara T20 series. And just about a few days ago, him along with Keenar Lewis would have gone to the Cayman Islands. Where in the world is the Cayman Islands? Is that considered the Caribbean, Central America?
Yeah, it is around there. It is part of, I guess, those group of islands, but they're not considered part of the West Indies by ICC standards because they have their own national team.
Yeah, I really know where they are. They're in the region of Cuba, Jamaica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, isn't it? Always wondered why you call that. Ball chopped into the offside. Hemraj has been tidy in this over. He's only given up a couple of runs. And Matt, speaking about the numbers, how many times New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers have played Yorkers in 3 years of minor league cricket? Well, they've played 5 times. And New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers have won 3 out of that 5. So it's 3-2 coming into this match. Ball swept into the onside. And that will complete a first over here from Chandrapal Hemraj. 13 gone. Is 63 for the loss of 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So that's our bowling card. Adil Bhatti, none for 5. Najaf Shah, 1 for 6. None for 14 from Junaid. But the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 22 from Adnan Haroon. As ball played into the offside, and there is no run. So Usman Saeed is the bowler. A couple of good balls here from Usman Saeed as another bowling change here, Matt. Solid bowling lineup here, supported by the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. We saw Adnan Haroon, the wrist spinner, replaced by another one here. And ball into the offside. Looking for runs here is Parwani. Fielder does well to keep that ball away from the cones. And a couple of runs here for the Manhattan Yorkers, 65 for 4.
Yeah, we'll be interested in seeing how the Yorkers go about business from here. Because innings beginning to wind down, 39 deliveries. See the bit of fielding there.
And Matt, you look at both Adnan Haroon and Usman Saeed. Take another look at this one. Good shot, but yeah, definitely bouncing away, heading towards the slip area. Parwani into the offside, into the onside. And they pick up one. We saw when Adnan Haroon was bowling, Matt, and a similar type as Usman Saeed. They've got a ball that you score on quite frequently. And that ball, the ball shortish, turning away from the right-hander, allowing you a chance to punch the ball. And you may want to suggest why not pitch it up. Well, pitch it up will give the batter a chance to go straight down the ground. The 14th over comes to a close with the Yorkers batting first. They're batting a 66 for 4.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So welcome back, 14 overs gone. You're watching the Manhattan Yorkers batting against the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. A team that made it all the way to the final last year. Parwani picks up another run as Chandrapal Hemraj continues, Matt. And we talked about the earlier seam bowling from Najaf Shah, Adil Bhatti and Junaid Nadir. But we have seen Gajanan Singh, Adnan Haroon, Chandrapal Hemraj and Usman Saeed. So 4 spinners getting a chance to put their skills on display here at Mercer County Park.
There's so many all-rounders in this team from the Somerset Cavaliers. See that one striking Kinar Lewis a bit awkwardly, but yeah, and it allows... You look at this Cavaliers lineup, there's just so many bowling options, and even when you'll see them with the bat, they bat quite deep. This one just eluding the fielder and will go away for 4. So Nemit Shashidar, a fight back of some sorts we're seeing from him. A couple of boundaries now from him. And take a look at this, a lovely shot from Nemit Shashidar, and exactly what the Yorkers needed.
Yeah, Matt, I was not too long ago talking about the spinners have done well to allow the batters to play off the back foot. And part of that plan is that when you punch the ball into the offside or on this ground, it's a heavy outfield. And so the most you can probably get, in fact, I wouldn't want to think that we've seen a boundary of a punch. But look what happens when the ball is pitched up. As we saw previously from Shashidar, lovely shot, 15 gone, 71 for 4. So Usman Saeed will continue. And over that went for 3. Ball into the onside from Parwani. A 22-run partnership. We've seen one of the biggest partnerships here from J. Kishan Parwani and Nimit Shashidar. And Matt, you watch Shashidar. And he's not afraid to take the bowlers on. Look at that. Hoisted into the onside. And that has gone upstairs, I think. And that has gone for the first maximum of this match. And it comes off the bat of Nimit Shashidar. Is 78 for 4.
Yeah, lovely shot from Shashidar. Lovely shot from Shashidar. Shorter delivery, hanging back, and stylish shot from Shashidar goes for 6.
So ball guided away into the offside. We've seen 7 bowler being used here by Cavaliers.
And it's been a very good innings this from Nemit Shashidar. 2 4s and a 6. He's striking it quite nicely considering what we've seen.
Bit of stifled appeal, and cricket returns back to Mercer County Park.
Yeah, looking to sweep this one away is Shashidar.
Matt, when you look at the news that we heard that Saad bin Zafar is going to be part of this bowling lineup, so we've got 7 today, and he will make 8. That's a very potent bowling lineup. So many to choose from. And not forgetting Karim Agor when he comes to the lineup. So the 16th over comes to a close. A game in which Cavaliers are pretty much controlling, and after 16 it's 80 for 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Of 16, Chandrapal Hemraj will continue. 2 overs, no made, none for 8, and Chandrapal Hemraj has missed out on an opportunity with the Amazon Warriors this year, Matt. He's always been with them for several years now. And so while he may not be with the Amazon Warriors, the good news for Somerset Cavaliers, he's here probably for the full season.
Yeah, certainly good news for the Somerset Cavaliers. In terms of Hemraj's availability, but going back to the amount of bowlers you mentioned, I think that for me, up and over this one, there's gonna be some runs here. Fielder giving chase, they're gonna push for 2, and they'll get there quite easily in the end. But for me, that was really the key to the Cavaliers reaching the final. I think the bowling attack was certainly their strong point, especially at this venue, playing a lot of their games here. The bowling attack, the amount of spin, the variations of spin that they had in their arsenal certainly helped. And even when they got to the Super 8s and they went down south to play those set of fixtures, as we see a wide, their bowling was really, for me, the stronger point.
So slashed into the offside from Parwani. We've seen a very good partnership by the pair out in the middle. And that partnership has gone up to 34, Matt. Really batted good by a very young team, and we'll probably do some research and see which is the youngest team in this year's minor league. We'll have to wait and see until the first couple of games play and try to pull out some names. Maybe if anyone is listening and wants to help us with that, they can always do that, right, Matt?
Help is always appreciated.
Yeah, there's always somebody with good at numbers and can do that research. But we've seen a very good partnership here from Parwani and Shashidar. Shashidar in particular has really carried the fight to this powerful bowling lineup here from the Cavaliers. And so far, the pair out in the middle have posted 36 for this wicket, 86 for 4. And Hemraj has given up 6 runs in this over, which was the most expensive over of this inning so far. Over number 12. It might have been bowled by Adnan Haroon. Runs here for Manhattan Yorkers. Gajanan does well to keep the ball in play. In fact, it doesn't look like Gajanan. It might be Adel Bhatia. And now they come back for 3. And in the end, well run. So 3 runs off the bat of Nimit Shashidar. And 17 gone. It's 89 for 4.
Driven away from Shashidar. It is narrowly a bit of footwork there. It does look like Adil Bhatti sticking the boot out and have lost his footing. In fact, it did go for 4. So 90 on the board then after 17. 3 overs to go. We'll see what the Manhattan Yorkers, how they'll go about business here. Shashidar out in the middle. I think he'll certainly look to maximize these next 18 deliveries. Still 6 wickets in hand. Maybe a sense of just try and whack a few away to the boundary at this point, if you're the Manhattan Yorkers.
So Junaid Nadir comes back into the attack. 2 overs, no win, none for 14. In context of the overall scoring rate here, Matt, 2 overs for 14. Junaid has given away quite a few.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It just speaks to the quality of this bowling lineup to see 2 for 14 be a bit expensive.
And for our viewers, Matt, don't be fooled by 90 for 4 in the 18th over. We saw last year the The conditions here at Mercer County Park, very tricky. I mean, honestly, a very tough pitch to bat on, but you've got to come up with a plan to get 120, 130 if you bat first. And then if you're a chasing team, well, a score in the vicinity of 90 for 4 with still overs to come will still give the Manhattan Yorkers something to bowl at. Cricket continues tomorrow right here. And at 10 o'clock in the morning, the Stallions will open their campaign. And the Manhattan Yorkers will have to sleep well and sleep early tonight, as they've got an early game in the morning against the Stallions. Play and a miss, couple of balls. In fact, 3 balls in this over has gone for nothing. And this has been a very good over here from Junaid Nadir. 91 for 4, Matt.
Yeah, they'll have to run pretty much everything here, I think. This man has got to face the bulk of these deliveries, you feel. Shashida. They've still got wickets in hand, so they can still afford maybe a license to go. 6 wickets remaining. Only 15 deliveries left. Can certainly maybe open themselves up to try and look to score a couple boundaries. Such as that. Lovely shot from Nirmit Shashida. And that's exactly what the Manhattan Yorkers need. I mentioned how important it would be for him to get the strike. And right away, he's dispatched Junaid Nadir through the offside for 4. As this promising innings continues to carry the fight here from the Manhattan Yorkers.
Yeah, lovely shot from Shashidar. Very brave youngster. And so far, he's really carried the fight to Cavaliers. 4 4s and 1 6. No ball. This time we picked this one up. So no ball is the call. Take a look at that, Matt. Might have been another overstepping here from Cavaliers.
Yes, look to be marking his boot around the line, so certainly look to be an overstep.
Yeah, a little bit difficult.
Certainly looks like from that angle. A bit difficult to see the crease, but I think it was by quite some margin. Free hit ball. Shashida slices this one away, but straight to the fielder. And again, that's the 3rd free hit now. We haven't really seen it cause much damage for the Somerset Cavaliers.
Yeah, they have quickly repaired that bit of infraction. So 13 balls remaining. It's 97 for 4, 120, Matt. Could be something to bowl at. Don't be fooled by these numbers here. Now look at that. It's in the air. Fielder is coming around. Adel Bati settling under it. Takes a catch. A good catch. A good running catch. And in the end, another wicket goes down. This time par 1 he goes. It's 97 for 5.
Yeah, looking to clear the fence. Can't blame him with just about 2 overs left in the innings. Made a big move across and hammering away into the leg side, but just had a lot of height, not a lot of distance. And Adil Bati, very good fielder. Wasn't able to stop that boundary earlier, but he's done even better to take the catch. And the 5th wicket goes down, 97 for 5, the Manhattan Yorkers. So Manoj Acharya walks to the middle, and he walks out because of the damage that has been done here by the Somerset Cavaliers. You look at the bowlers. 2 for 22 from Adnan Haroon, a wicket apiece for Junaid Nadir and Najaf Shah as well. We haven't seen many wickets fall considering things. It's only been 5 down, which probably in T20 cricket with 2 overs to go, you might expect, especially with such a somewhat of a low total on the board, you might have thought that there may have been some more wickets, but no. It's just been a bit of a tough day at the office for the batters to really get going. But 2 overs to go. Najaf Shah spent some time off the field, has come back on. And Nirmit Shashida will be on strike. He's on 35 of 35 of 27 deliveries rather. And he'll be joined by Manoj Acharya. And Manoj Acharya would have done a game with the Manhattan Yorkers last season. Can strike a long ball. Does Manoj Acharya would have struck maybe about 5 sixes in the last 2 overs of a game last year.
So we come down to the last 11 balls. Najaf Shah, the captain, comes back for a late spell. Shashidar has really batted well, Matt, for 35 from just 28 balls. We saw the partnership along with J. Kishan Parwani going for 47 valuable runs for the Manhattan Yorkers. Into the offside, Gajanan Singh comes around. Can't get there on time. And that's a lovely strike from Shashidar.
Yeah, this swashbuckling end to the innings here from Shashidar continues. He's really pounced on anything he's been given a little bit of width on. He's been strong through the offside. 100 comes up as well for the Manhattan Yorkers with that boundary. And if Shashidar can maybe strike another 15 or 20 off these next 10 deliveries with the help of Acharya, could be something.
We saw the 50 coming up in the 11th over, Matt. The other 50 has taken lesser time. And Najaf Shah given another bowling spell here. We saw him starting the bowling lineup. Start from the media center end. Picked up the wicket of Danish Patel. And with 9 balls remaining, he runs in any minute now to Shashidar, who's played a very good hand here for the Yorkers. You're watching the opening game at Mercer County Park of the Atlantic Conference, the Eastern Division. We talked about more games, a doubleheader tomorrow right here. And those, well, they're going to scamper through for one as Kieran Lewis not able to catch the ball on the first bounce. We talked about other fixtures tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll see the Stallions begin their campaign against the Yorkers, and then in the afternoon, Philly comes here, the Philadelphians, and they will take on the New England Eagles. So that game's at 10 and 2 tomorrow, as well as Matt all across the country. Set of doubleheaders all spread across the different states. Big shot from Manoj Acharya. And you talk how good this man can strike a ball. Well, that's perfect evidence.
First ball he's seen, he's banged one short as Najaf Shah, and Manoj Acharya has responded in some fashion. And that's exactly what Acharya can offer a side towards the end of an innings. Power. And he's muscled 1 for 6.
So Manoj Acharya, Matt, has come to the Yorkers, having been part of the Stallions outfit for a couple of years. Lofted into the onside, could be an easy catch. Yes, and so that's the end of Manoj Acharya, 6 and out. It's 108 for 6.
Well, that didn't last too long. Manoj Acharya walloped Najaf Shah for 6. The very next ball, looking to go again, just didn't really seem to get much on the shot. Maybe didn't commit to the shot fully. And in the end, a simple catch for the fielder. Saeed Kazmi has been quite busy out on that boundary. He's been fielding quite a few deliveries. He's taken a catch now, 2 catches. And the 6th wicket goes down. So the final over will come up here. 108 is on the board for the Manhattan Yorkers. And we'll see how much they can probably get. I think if they can get to 120 here, they'll make the best out of a not so great situation. So in essence, you're looking for around 10 or 12 of this final over as Preet Shah walks in the middle.
So Junaid Nadir has been throwing the ball for the final over. It's 108 for 6. And the Cavaliers have made a very good start to the 2024 season. But you never know, it's not over yet. Shashidar on strike. Oh, that's a good ball. Well dug out with style and it goes into the onside. And that brings Preet Shaw. Matt, coming into the last over with 6 balls remaining, would you have taken a single there?
Yeah, certainly an interesting call that. I was just going to make the point. I feel like Shashidar will have to face as much of these deliveries as possible, so interesting to see them take the single.
Take
Well. Preet Shah has not liked what I just said. He has hammered it straight down the ground just to the right of the media center. And that perhaps is why Shashidar, realizing that Preet Shah can strike the ball quite cleanly, backing his partner. And Preet Shah has certainly taken that invitation.
Oh, what a way to prove us wrong. A lovely strike from Preet Shah. Look at that. Timed it well. It looked like as if Preet Shah was batting all the time. A lovely strike, valuable runs. Every run will count. He goes big. It's in the air. Nadir settles and takes the catch. Not an easy one, but he holds on. Made the adjustment, and in the end, it's caught and bowled. Junaid Nadir picks up on 1. It's 115 for 7.
Yeah, he was swirling under that for a bit of time. He didn't look settled for a fair bit. He had to adjust late in the end, but in the end, he took the catch. It was a very good one. It was difficult. And similar to Manoj Acharya, it's 6 and out for Preet Shah. As we take a look at this from Junaid Nadir, just then, he just got away from him. He felt a couple of inches, made the adjustment and took the catch off his own bowling. So, second wicket for Junaid Nadir.
Yeah, Nimish Beichu comes to the middle. They've got 3 balls remaining. It's 115 for 7. We talked about 130, 140, 150, Matt. Could be in the region of 120 plus. Looking to go funky here, and ball just climbing over the stumps in the end. Buys the signal from the umpire. And so with a couple of balls remaining, Shashidar comes back onto strike. And so 2 balls remaining, 116 on the board. So here is Junaid Nadir, runs into ball to Shashidar. Wow. How do you describe that one? Got through with the swing, and when the bat was coming down, sort of like a tennis shot. We'll take a look at that.
I'm not sure what you would describe that one as, but again, interestingly enough, he's taken the single, and he's going to give Beichu the opportunity to finish this one off. He's got this into the leg side. They're going to run for everything here, you feel. Throw comes into the bowler's end, but they'll get through for a couple of runs in the end. So Beichu will get the Manhattan Yorkers to 119 for 7 in the end. So 119 on the board. The Cavaliers will need exactly a run of ball once they take the field. And if you're the Manhattan Yorkers, you're quite happy with that, you feel?
Well, we've seen last year how challenging the conditions here at Mercer County has really been for the batters. 119 posted by the Yorkers. Not a bad score, I'll tell you that. They'll have to bowl and catch pretty well. We'll quickly take a look at the scorecard. And of course, all the bowling lineup as Manhattan Yorkers have gone off their 20, 119 and 19 off 20. So we saw a big innings from Shashidar, who got 41 from 33. Look at that, undefeated. And we also saw a good knock from J. Kishan Parwani. That partnership between the two lasted for 47 runs. And the bowling, well, interesting here. Adnan Haroon, 2 for 22 on his debut for the Somerset Cavaliers. Couple of 2 wickets haul from Najaf Shaw, the experienced captain, 2 for 16. And then Junaid Nadir towards the end, 2 for 30. And in the end, a good bowling performance here by the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. So we'll take a short break and resume when cricket does so at Mercer County Park in about 10 or 15 minutes time with the news. New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers will need 120 from 120 balls. We'll be back soon. To Chattapalliam. Some early swing outside the off stump. He allows one to go through. Kennar Lewis is the keeper. A big appeal. He's gone. So the first wicket for Manhattan Yorkers, interrupting that conversation.
Second.
Oh, that's a lovely strike from Chattapalliam. Look at that over the offside, and he runs away for the first boundary of this match. And that's a lovely shot from the left-hander. Again into the offside, similar position. And it bounces away from a quicker outfield from last year. And that's a couple of good shots in this over from Chattapalliam.
Yeah, another great.
Oh, pulled into the onside. Fielder settles under it, takes the catch. And Pranav Chattapalliam has to go. It's 34 for 2. Short ball.
As well.
Oh, a magnificent catch. It looks like Gajanan Singh has taken a blinder at second slip, and another wicket goes down for the Manhattan Yorkers. They're 41 for 3. Really bowled well. 2.5, none for 12 so far. Yasser Mohammed wants a single. Chance of a run out, and look at that. Tame as they come. In the end, looking for his partner to respond to him, to go for a sharp single. In the end, Yasser Mohammed is run out. It's 50 for 4.
They bat quite deep. This one just eluding the fielder and will go away for 4. So Nirmit Shashida, a fight back of some sorts we're seeing from him. A couple of boundaries now from him.
And he's not afraid to take the bowlers on. Look at that. Hoisted into the onside. And that has gone upstairs, I think. And that has gone for the first maximum of this match.
A couple of boundaries. Such as that. Lovely shot from Nirmit Shashida.
Look at that. It's in the air. Fielder is coming around. Adil Bhatti settling under it. Takes a catch. A good catch. A good running catch. Into the offside. Gajanan Singh comes around. Can't get there on time. Across the different states. Big shot from Manoj Acharya. And you talk how good this man can strike a ball. Well, that's perfect evidence.
First ball he's seen, he's banged one shot.
For a couple of years. Lofted into the onside, could be an easy catch. Yes, and so that's the end of Manoj Acharya, 6 and out.
Well. Preet Shah has not liked what I just said.
He goes big, it's in the air. Nadir settles and takes the catch. Not an easy one, but he holds on. Made the adjustment, and in the end it's caught and bowled.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
So, welcome back for the chase. 120 runs needed from 120 balls. The big Kenar Lewis strides to the middle. And he comes out here with Chandrapal Hemraj Matthew. Welcome back for the second half. And we're all set and ready to go. Still windy and overcast conditions here at Mercer County Park. But with the news, Cavaliers have done their job. 119 posted by the Manhattan Yorkers. Welcome back.
Yeah, it was a good bowling display from the Somerset Cavaliers, although up to a certain extent. We did see a fight back, a good innings from Nimit Shashida, carried the fight to the Manhattan Yorkers. A bit of a late flurry towards the end of their innings. Got them to around 120. Just to make things maybe a little bit more even, to give their bowlers something to work with. And you feel this game will depend a lot in the first 6 overs. It'll tell us a lot about the trajectory of this game.
So Manoj Acharya, as expected, Matt, has taken the new ball. A couple of options coming to bowl for 119. Yash Kangura, you'll probably see him quite early, but just coming back to 120. In my estimation, if you can make early inroads here into this Somerset Cavaliers batting lineup, it could get interesting for 120 runs. But on the other hand, Kenar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj, they've played such a big factor over the last couple of years with this Somerset Cavaliers side. They've been part of this unit for some years, and that has to count for something as we get the signal from the umpire and we're ready for the chase.
Yet again, the first 6 will be very crucial. If Kenar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj could get off to a start, get about 50, 60 in the first 6 overs, you've got to say this could be over quickly.
So a bit of swing, takes the pad, runs up towards the fine leg area, and look at that, things have begun not too well here for the Yorkers, and it's 4 leg byes.
Drifting down the leg side, never really a good thing from Acharya. You run the risk of bowling a wide, you also run the risk of it clipping something, and he runs in with a fair bit of pace, does Manoj Acharya, so it'll race away. So a good start this for the Somerset Cavaliers.
So a good start here from the Cavaliers. They've picked up 4 bonus runs. A lot of swing, he's gone! So Kenar Lewis falls. Second ball of the innings. Manoj Acharya has made an early strike. It's 4 for 1, the big man gone.
And that's exactly what the Manhattan Yorkers needed. They had to take wickets and they had to get them early before a man like Kenar Lewis can do some serious damage. Manoj Acharya has gotten rid of him. Second ball of the innings, Kenar falls. And the Somerset Cavaliers, they've been rocked early on.
Yeah, it was a very good delivery, good swing. And Manoj Acharya has made an early start. This is very good positive as Abdullah batting at number 3 will come to the middle. What a start here from the Yorkers. And when you play on conditions like this, Matt, 120 runs is not a pushover.
It certainly isn't. With a very destructive top order, you've got to say, sported here by the Somerset Cavaliers. Kenar Lewis has fallen victim to a great delivery from Acharya already. Abdullah and Chandrapal Hemraj can still take this game and make it their own with a couple of big shots early on. But it's certainly a very good start from the Manhattan Yorkers. A good momentum boost as well after conceding an unfortunate maybe 4 leg byes, to come back right away on the money that time and take the wicket.
So Abdullah comes to the middle. He's another core man here from the Somerset Cavaliers lineup, Matt. And one of the things you'll notice with this Cavaliers, a lot of core members. Gets another good delivery. We've seen the outswinger from Manoj Acharya. typically you want to think a lot of times it's only the left arm seamer that bowls the ball heading towards the slip area, but we have seen all 3 balls in this over from Manoj Acharya has been outswinger to the right-hander. Abdullah bats a 3. And that's another good delivery. Very experienced Manoj Acharya, Matt. You've seen him on this minor league circuit for the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's spent a lot of his time as well with the Yorkers, apart from 1 year with the Stallions. But he's served this Manhattan Yorkers team very well, especially a young side having somebody like Acharya to look up to and learn from.
So ball goes down the leg side wide, and look at this. We've seen 9 extras in this over. So certainly not one of the better balls, but it's 9 on the board, 9 for 1.
Yeah, again, straying down the leg side, Acharya. And this time, going all the way 5 wides. It's not what the Yorkers need, especially defending a total like this. They've got to keep their discipline.
Yeah, Shashidar, the keeper. Ball heading down the leg side, always a difficult one for wicket keepers. 9 for 1. They've lost Kenar Lewis. And Abdullah gets a quality delivery. This has been a very good over, barring the 9 extras we have seen, Matt. We've seen 4 leg byes. We've seen 5 wides. That's bonus runs here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single runner yet off the bat. They're up to 9, and none of the batters have really had to do anything. It's an easy life out there in the middle right now for the Cavaliers, but they have lost the wicket of Kenar Lewis.
So looking for runs. Big tud onto the pad. That completes the first one. Manoj Acharya has gone. Well, the team has gone for 9 off the first over, and after 1 it's 9 for 1.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 9 for 1 on the board for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. It's been all thanks to extras so far.
Yeah, a couple of games that bowled off today. Morrisville and Atlanta Lightning. I think that game is in a bit of a rain delay, but Rashir Joshi has been given the ball. 9 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Kenar Lewis. Chandrapal Hemraj, Matt, we made mention, would have just not too long ago, just about a few days ago, represented the New York Strikers in the Max T10 out in the Caribbean islands of the Cayman Islands, along with Kenar Lewis. In fact, they played on the same team, and so he'll have to make that adjustment. This is full 20 overs. Here is Roshir Joshi to Hemraj. Big play and a miss, and the ball goes straight to Shashidar.
Yeah, certainly a very prominent pace attack sported here from the Yorkers. The likes of Manoj Acharya, Ruchir Joshi, you mentioned Yash Kangura. It will be interesting to see how they go about on this surface. We saw it was almost the complete opposite with the Cavaliers, with the spinners, and the heavy amount of spinners that they had in operation.
Yeah, you look at Chandrapal Hemraj. He's such a quality player, Matt. Saw him getting runs all across this place from time to time, and he's been a part of this unit. He's only played for one team, and he's been with the Cavaliers for a while. He's going to be a key man, and we made mention that while he's not with the CPL setup this year, and I'm pretty sure that's a big disappointment on his part. He probably has always been part of the Amazon Warriors unit. But the good news is, from a Somerset Cavaliers standpoint, he could be here for the full season.
Yeah, and they'll certainly enjoy having his exploits. He only would have played the one game last season. He would have gotten a half century in that game at this very venue before jetting off to the West Indies for the CPL.
So into the onside, ball goes in the direction of Yasir Mohammed, but you can see the intensity and the enthusiasm here from the Yorkers, Matt. Young bunch of individuals, always hyped up and ready for the challenge. And that challenge is to defend 111 from 110 balls. Rishir Joshi has bowled 4 dot balls so far. This has been a very good over from him. Quality delivery. And it goes through to the keeper, who's been hustling behind the stumps. With 5 dot balls in a row.
Yeah, very good over this from Ruchir Joshi. Has corrected a bit from we saw from Manoj Acharya. A bit of a lost his direction a bit in terms of his line. Conceded some extras. Joshi has certainly rectified that. Has pulled things back a little bit.
Now he decides to come around the wicket to the left-hander, Hemraj. Abdullah at the other end. They've lost Kinar Lewis. They need 120 for win. And they've begun their campaign playing here, the Manhattan Yorkers. Oh, lovely drive. What a classy shot from Chandrapal Hemraj. And that has gone away for 4.
Yeah, lovely shot on the drive is Hemraj. He strikes the ball very firmly. Very nicely done. A little bit of outward movement as well from Joshi, but very good from Chandrapal Hemraj. So spoils the over. It's 13 for 1.
So 13 for 1, couple of overs. We've seen a tidy over from Manoj Acharya, 1 for 5. Picked up the wicket of Kinar Lewis. And then we saw a lovely over from Ruchir Joshi up until the 5th delivery. But we saw a classic drive through the offside from Chandrapal Hemraj. Abdullah on strike. And ball sliding down the leg side would have touched the equipment. And Matt, minor league bowled off today. Couple of games across the country, another one in West Coast later on. But we've seen some interest in the minor league series this year again. Won this game with the Yorkers and Somerset Cavaliers, and Raptors taking on the Lightning out in the south. Abdullah trying to go big, fielder does well, and off the ricochet. And this one has gone away for 4 byes. So a lot of extras in the innings so far. One eluding Shashidar. And the man at a fine leg in the end. 4 more extra runs here for the Somerset Cavaliers.
Yeah, and the Yorkers are really costing themselves here. 17 on the board. 13 of them have been extras. 13 of them. We've seen 4 leg byes, 5 wides, and now 4 byes. The Yorkers have really shot themselves in the foot.
So big appeal, Nada says umpire Meher Patel, and Abdullah struggling here a little bit. He's not his free-flowing self. It's always a sort of like an up-and-down pitch here at Mercer County Park, but 119 already made by the Yorkers. They're up to 17 for the loss of 1. Swatted into the offside, and he can't get off the mark. You talked about the many extras. We saw a lovely shot from Chandrapal Hemraj in the last over, the only score off the bat. but they've gone healthily up to 17 for 1, going at over 6 runs and over, Matt. And nothing wrong with the strike rate. They've lost the big Kinnar Lewis in the early stages of their reply. And now Abdullah, he's off and running. He gets off the mark. After some time, it's 18 for 1.
Acharya has come back well. Equation is pretty simple. Run a ball, just under run a ball, 102 required from 103. And so far the Cavaliers are keeping themselves right on that track, although, as we've mentioned, they've gotten a bit of help from the Manhattan Yorkers.
And Matt, when you look at the top order here, Chandrapal Hemraj, Abdullah, more of the specialist. We saw the departure of Kinnar Lewis. And then later on, of course, we talked about the depth of the all-rounders. So 3 overs gone, it's 19 for 1.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
They need 101. Not a frightening score by any means, Matt, but we've seen the challenges of batters on this track has been quite a tricky one last year. So let's see what happens this year.
Yeah, kicking things off here, 2024. It's a new year. And we'll see how different things play in terms of conditions. Yash Kangura will come into the attack. Will replace Rushir Joshi. 19 on the board.
Yeah, we saw a very good over from Rushir Joshi, only conceding a lovely shot from Chandrapal Hemraj. So Abdullah on strike gets a good delivery to start here from Yash Kangura. So 101 from 101. 102 actually, Matt. 102 from 101 ball is Kangura given the ball and will come into bowl to Abdullah. Can't break free again, so Abdullah has been caught in a tangle here, Matt. We've seen very good bowling from Manoj Acharya in the last over. Now Kangura has added to the bit of mystery here.
Yeah, looking to break free was Abdullah. He loves to play shots, loves to free the arms, looking to do so on that occasion.
That one keeps a tad low. Now they're gonna scamper through for 1. So in the end, Abdullah gets off strike. And it's a 19 for 1. 19 for 1 here at Mercer County Park. 119 posted by Manhattan Yorkers when they batted first, having been sent in by the Cavaliers. And in reply, Cavaliers, they're batting at 19 for the loss of Kinnar Lewis's wicket. Chandrapal Hemraj and Abdullah out in the middle. So lots of cricket left in this one as Kangura runs into bowl to Hemraj. Hemraj gets a good delivery, Matt, and you get the feeling that this has been a very good reply by the Manhattan Yorkers. They have posted their 119, and now it's down to the bowlers and the fielding to really restrict, if they can, a strong put together squad again by the Somerset Cavaliers. Here's Yash Kangura, third bowler being used, replacing Rushir Joshi. And no ball. Haven't we seen so many no balls today? And this is another one. Bowler overstepping will be followed by a free hit.
Yeah, and it's just very disappointing from the Manhattan Yorkers. They keep conceding extras. We've seen 15 extras already. 5 wides, 5 byes, 4 leg byes, and now a no ball here from Kangura. That's 15 out of the 20 runs. And he's going to offer a free hit to Chandrapal Hemraj.
Yeah, Hemraj waits on it, allows the ball to really come up, and that's what has been the challenge of batting on these surfaces, Matt. You've got to, even if when the ball is short, you've just got to wait until the ball really comes up and timed it well. It's not one of those tracks in which you'll hit through the line and know that the ball will come on to the bat. Abdullah comes in to strike, and Abdullah's been there for some time. 12 balls, he's only picked up 1, and here is Kangura runs it to ball to Abdullah. Big play and a miss, goes through to Shashidar. So 4 gone, it's 21 for 1. So minor league cricket continues tomorrow, Matt. We talked about a quick turnaround for the Manhattan Yorkers. They'll need to get in to bed early tonight and be back here for a 10 o'clock start tomorrow as they take on the Stallions as they open their campaign. Of this 2024 minor league cricket championships as they take on the boys from New England, and that's the New England Eagles. What do we expect in those clashes?
Yes, certainly will be interesting to see how, in order to really call the first game, we might have to wait until the conclusion of this one to really assess the Manhattan Yorkers and what they will need to do. Lovely shot, straight down the ground. Easy as you like from Chandrapal Hemraj. A crisp looking shot, and the first real shot of authority that we've seen in this Cavaliers innings.
Well, he's such a firm striker of the ball. And you look at this one, straight down the ground from Rushir Joshi, who's changing, and look at that. He knew it from the time he struck the ball. It was going to go a long way. And that's a lovely strike from Chandrapal Hemraj. We've seen a couple of sparkling boundary from this man so far. A couple of overs ago, we saw a lovely shot through the offside, and this one straight down the ground. That's the skill and talent of Chandrapal Hemraj. He gets one that keeps low and beats not only the batter, but also Shashidar. And look at that, more extras here for the Somerset Cavaliers.
Shashidar a bit slow to get up as well. Struck him a bit high on the pads there. But Hemraj, he's certainly a man when he gets going. He's so difficult to stop. And even on a surface like this, all it takes is maybe 1 or 2 shots.
So Abdullah is defending. Matt, we've seen Rushir Joshi and Kangura and Acharya. Acharya bowling 2 overs, 1 for 6. And we've quickly seen a switch of ends here for Rushir Joshi. He's gone for 7 in this over. Well, he's gone for 6. The team has gone for 7. And Abdullah into the onside, running quickly as if they'll come back for 2, or they want to. And in the end, deciding against it. You made mention of Abdullah, a player that we have seen so many times. Allow him to be that Abdullah side as we have grown accustomed to seeing from time to time. So Hemraj comes back into strike. He's on 11. A big dot on. Oh, he's been given out. 29 for 2.
Well, totally against the run of play, perhaps. Rashid Joshi getting one, striking Hemraj on the pads. And umpire says out. So the second wicket goes down, 29 for 2, Hemraj goes. So Hemraj falls, 29 for 2, exactly what the Manhattan Yorkers needed. Something to break the partnership, because Hemraj we saw him hit that 6 right at the start of this over. Who knows, he may have been looking to hit the gas, but they've dismissed him, and now the pressure is back on the Somerset Cavaliers as Gajanan Singh walks to the middle.
So 29 for 2, Hemraj and Kenar Lewis gone. Gajanan Singh comes out here, 91 from 91. And Matt, you get the feeling there's going to be a run of ball type of formula, a type of requirements. Gajanan looking for one. Abdullah not moved at all. And so the 5th over comes to a close. It's 30 for 2.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Kangura will continue. Abdullah on 2. Gajanan Singh has just come to the middle. They've lost Kenar Lewis without scoring off a couple of balls. Chandrapal Hemraj 11 of 13. And this match well and truly on. 91 to win from 90 ball. And here is Kangura. Will come into ball to Abdullah. Abdullah has find it difficult to really get flowing. Is looking to play big into the onside, and may have struck on the helmet, but we'll wait and see as umpire Dimple is going to follow the protocol, just making sure that Abdullah is okay, and not a firm hit by any chance, Matt, but a ball that probably bounced off awkwardly. And so all happening here is Kangura not too happy with the runway, and now he walks back and gets to the top of his mark, looking at something that may have caused a little bit of distraction. So 29 for 2 in their reply, the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. And Abdullah driving well, straight up towards the mid-off area. Yasser Mohammed gives chase, but in the end the ball wins. Abdullah picks up a boundary.
Yeah, firmly struck. Abdullah Saeed, fielder, is always running second to a delivery. Struck that well from Abdullah Saeed. And Yasir Mohammed, he is very quick, but was never going to be chasing that one down. Outfield has certainly been a bit better.
Yeah, certainly we were told by the curators that to expect a better pitch. Pulls into the onside. Lovely shot from Abdullah. Finds the gap this time with all the ease in the world. And couple of fours off the bat of Abdullah. It's 37 for 2.
Yeah, off the back foot this time from Abdullah Saeed. Kangura went a little bit short up and just hiked away into the leg side. So back-to-back boundaries here from Abdullah. And now this could be the start of him beginning to kick things on.
Yeah, good comeback delivery, but you get the feeling with runs hard to come by here. A couple of fours in this over. Lovely drive through the offside and a pull through the onside from Abdullah. He's quickly gone up to 10. He's taken him 19 balls. We've seen the fall of Kenar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj. And the Cavaliers looking for more success in 2024, Matt. Coming up against a very young team in Manhattan Yorkers. And they'll come back here tomorrow. And they'll take on the Stallions.
Second time Kangura has aborted the run-up.
Ball steered into the offside, and Abdullah hands the strike over to Gajanan Singh. Top order, very solid one, and news coming out of the Cavaliers camp, Matt. We hear the Canadian international Aaron Johnson is coming to the Cav. While that is always great news from the Cavaliers, the question is who goes at the top, who goes 3, who goes 4.
Well,
a good problem.
It'll certainly cause a few headaches in that selection. So you'll have 4 power play ball beaters: Hemraj, Abdullah, Kenar Lewis, and Aaron Johnson if he arrives. So 10 runs from the over from Kangura. It's a good one from a Cavaliers perspective. It's 39 for 2 at the end of the power play.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So spin for the first time introduced. Preet Shah. Look at the Cavaliers pavilion. They'll be quite keenly interested in how things go out in the middle, particularly how this partnership unfolds. Because they've gotten off to a decent enough start. They're ahead of where the Manhattan Yorkers would have been. There's less runs than balls, which is always a good thing. But also they've lost a few of their bigger batters in the form of Hemraj and Kenar Lewis. And they'll be very intent on how Abdullah and Gajanan Singh can continue.
So Singh gets a single into the onside as Preet Shah given the ball. Spin for the first time. And Matt, we've seen Preet Shah before. We mentioned that he does a little bit of a Nathan Lyon. A little bit of walk, then he runs into a take, but he's missing that. It's a walk, run, walk by Nathan Lyon and then delivers. So he's missing the walk at the back end. So Abdullah comes in to strike. He's on 11. It's 40 for 2. And you're watching the start, the opening day of minor league cricket in 2024 on a Friday. We're down in New Jersey at Mercer County Park. We've been here last year, Matt, and here we are this year again with the news. Cavaliers, they need 80 more from 82 balls. And the man on your screen there, Abdullah Saeed on strike. Here is Preet Shah. He gets a couple of good deliveries in this over. This has been a couple of good balls from Preet Shah. We saw the first one from Gajan Singh, picked up a single. Other than that, good bowling here from Preet Shah.
Yeah, and you feel now the attention might turn to the spinners here from the Manhattan Yorkers. Preet Shah being the first of them.
Ball guided into the offside. Easy run here for Abdullah. Brings Gajan Singh back onto strike. And Gajan Singh, we've seen him Matt, in only 3 balls that he's faced, but he's really looked solid. Couple of balls that he's really quickly got off the mark. We saw one that he turned quickly into the onside. So he's looked like he's in solid form. Forms the top order here for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, another core member. Oh, he gets an inside edge. We'll wait and see. I think he did kick, ball did come off the edge. And not a single here for Somerset Cavaliers. They're 42 for 2. They need 78 from 79.
Preet Shah, a former man of the New Jersey Stallions, now with the Yorkers.
Playing a miss. So the 7th over comes to a close. A very good one here from Preet Shah. Only conceding 3, 7 gone. It's 42 for 2.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Yasser Mohammed has been given the ball. And he comes in here with run a ball. Is the requirements here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and they're going at exactly run a ball currently.
Gajanan pulls towards the square leg area. Fielder posted it in the deep as Yasser Mohammed, the 5th bowler to be used here by the Manhattan Yorkers, Matt.
One of the rare times you look at the scorecard, the required run rate and the current run rate are the exact same. Exactly 6 runs and over on both ends.
And a lot of 7s, Matt. We're in the 7.1. They need 77 from 77. Well, now that has changed. And they need 77 from 76. A lot of 7s here. Yasser Mohammed, 2nd spinner to be used here. We saw Preet Shah giving the ball at the top end of the ground. And now he's coming to spin his magic of deception. Will come into ball to Abdullah. Abdullah is on 12. Not timed well. Abdullah looking for a big shot again. And this time into the onside and hands the strike over to Gajan Singh, Matt. Lots of cricket left in this match.
Yeah, but you get the feeling that these two have kind of settled in. Abdullah and Gajan Singh, they're just working the ball around quite nicely, just working the singles, realizing that is just about all that is required. And in the case of Abdullah, we've seen a couple of boundaries from him.
One of those loopy short balls. Matt, we've seen in T20 cricket, never blame the pitch all the time with these shots. Bowlers have developed ways to get the ball to mess with your timing. Yasser's gone pretty well in this over. Just a couple of runs.
Yeah, and against familiar faces, he is Yasser Mohammed. Would have spent last year with the Somerset Cavaliers.
It's a ball into the onside. We'll wait and see if Gajanan Singh has made contact with bat. In fact, he hasn't. And the extras continue to contribute quite a bit here to the Cavaliers. 8 gone is 45 for 2. So 45 for 2, they need 75 from 72 balls. We've seen a small partnership, 16 so far from Gajanan Singh and Saeed Abdullah. They're playing a miss, and that's another quality delivery here from Preet Shaw as he begins over number 9.
Yeah, now the spinners will look to have the same effect we saw the Cavaliers spinners have.
Big shot into the onside from Gajanan Singh. He has seen enough. And he makes a move, and that's a good looking shot from the left-hander through the onside, and that has gone away for 4.
Yeah, playing to the plan right now is Gajanan Singh. Working the singles and then stuck around for a bit of time, and then the slog sweep pulled out for 4. So I think the Somerset Cavaliers camp will be very pleased with how things are going at the moment, a partnership of 20.
And Matt, I made mention how solid Gajanan Singh has looked from ball 1. It's been quite fluent, and you get the feeling that you would want Gajanan Singh to really have a very good minor league. You want to put up good numbers and want to get back into the US setup. Oh, the 50 comes up for the Cavaliers, and just come off a lovely shot from Gajanan Singh, 50 for 2.
Yeah, certainly a tough side to get into now for the US. A lot of options, but certainly Gajanan Singh had a good year last year.
Yeah, we talked about some impact players from the Somerset Cavaliers, and Gajanan Singh towards the Super A, the playoff stage, really give them a couple of good knocks. And Abdullah stands up straight into the offside and can't score. This over's gone for 5 so far.
And that's what you ask from players like Gajanan Singh, your marquee players or your priority players. Even if you don't necessarily have the season you want, just in big games to come up with a 50 or a 60 or even 100. We saw Gajanan Singh really pile on the runs when it mattered the most towards the Super 8s.
It's the ball tugged into the onside. That will complete the 9th over, so 9 gone is 50 for 2. They need 70 from 66 balls. So Yasser Mohammed continues. Gajanan Singh into the onside, running quickly. And look at that, they come back for 2. That's very good running here from Abdullah and Gajanan Singh. Every run will count. And that's another 2 runs here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, very well run. Very good placement as well from Gajanan Singh. Finding that gap.
And we were told from the curators and certainly the ground people that to expect a better pitch this year and a better outfield in terms of getting value for your shots. And I think, Matt, we've seen a couple of positive improvements from last year. Abdullah swinging across the line of a delivery, doesn't make contact. And the ball stopped up by Shashidar, but you get the feeling that we've seen a bit of improvement both from the pitch and from the outfield. Ball has carried away towards the boundary. Shot here from Abdullah. And they'll settle for one. So a more free-flowing Abdullah Saeed as he goes up to 14 and brings the equation down to 66 runs needed. So Yasir Mohammed, we saw first over went for just a couple of runs. He's given up 4 in this over so far. And Gajanan Singh into the onside. Ball in the air for a little bit, but well away from any of the fielder. And you get the feeling that both Abdullah and Gajanan Singh, as they've brought up some 26 runs partnership, Matt, seems to have a plan. 1s and 2s can do the trick.
And it's certainly gotten them in a good position so far. Well, there he goes. Does he have enough here? Fielder running in and will take the catch. So we were just talking about the approach being all 1s and 2s. Abdullah going for the odd boundary. And thought for a little bit he would have had enough, but just held up in the air. And a good catch in the end from Danish Patel. Yasim Mohammed gets the breakthrough. Abdullah looking to slug sweep that one for 6. It's a good catch in the end. And the Yorkers pick up a third. It's 55 for 3 as Abdullah falls. So Usman Saeed walks to the middle as Nimish Bechu comes into the attack. So we'll see a bowling change here from the Manhattan Yorkers. Bechu, minor league debut for him. A new face in this Yorkers lineup. We don't look at the scorecard regarding Usman Saeed's name. A bit of a mistake there. But Gajanan Singh will become the senior man. And he'll be joined here by Usman Saeed. Another new face will be Saeed to this Cavaliers lineup. He'll have to battle alongside Gajanan Singh, and there's still a fair bit of work to do.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that this name, B. Soma, has shown up not only as part of this squad. There was also a glitch in which he was showing up as Chandrapal Hemraj in one inning. So here is Bechu coming to bowl to Gajanan Singh. 65 needed. And they have lost 3 wickets. They have lost the wicket of Kinar Lewis, Chandrapal Hemraj, and not too long ago, Saeed Abdullah. And Gajanan Singh gets a very good ball as we see a new bowler here, Matt. Haven't seen Bechu ever. And he seems to be the new kid on the block.
Yeah, Manhattan Yorkers always looking to produce some new talent. Nimish Bechu. Well. Straight into the hands of Manoj Acharya. And Gajanan Singh maybe looking to unsettle the new bowler, looking to put some pressure on him. Has maybe fell right into the trap here of the Manhattan Yorkers. And the Yorkers are not going away just yet. They have something to say about this total. And Gajanan Singh looking to go big down the ground. Has picked out Acharya perfectly. And the Cavaliers beginning to lose the plot here.
Yeah, no movement at all from Manoj Acharya. It was like catching practice, and so the 4th wicket goes down here for the Cavaliers. They need 65 from 58. As a new batter walks to the middle, 55 for 4.
So the Yorkers well and truly back in this contest. And you can feel it. A little bit more noise being made by the fielders around as Saeed Kazmi walks to the middle. So very interesting battle this. All 3 of these players currently out in the middle will be new to minor league cricket. Nimesh Bechu, the bowler, and the 2 batters out in the middle, Saeed Kazmi and Usman Saeed. And this partnership especially will be very intrigued to see how these 2 are able to handle what has been a fight back of some sorts here from the Manhattan Yorkers.
And Matt, you talk about the sort of like the debutants. But we saw the top order, the likes of Manoj Acharya, Kinar Lewis, Chandrapal Hemraj, all hardened players who've been part of the minor league tournaments in the last 3 years. And now it comes down to some new members who are just finding their footing in this tournament in 2024. Still 65 to win from 56 balls. Some ways to go here for the Cavaliers. And ball defended here by Kazmi. We saw when he fielded, Matt. Took a couple of catches. Looked pretty well in the field. Well, he's come out here with Usman Saeed, 2 relatively new players. Not only out in the middle, but out in the tournament. And I've got a job to do. Ball defended into the offside. So we've seen a very good over from Nimish Bechu. A maiden wicket over comes to an end. 11 gone. It's 55 for 4.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Yasser Mohammed will continue. 1 for 7 off 2 overs, Matt. And as we have seen last year, runs on the board at Mercer County Park is our runs on the board.
Yeah, and when you have a bowling lineup and a team that'll certainly believe as much as the Manhattan Yorkers, can certainly cause some headaches for the batters out in the middle. They'll look to really attack this partnership. 2 newer members of the side.
So Yasser Mohammed comes into the attack, or continues with a couple of slips in place. And Matt, when you look at the Manhattan Yorkers, we talked about fresh legs, we talk about the young team. Their catching has been brilliant. And sometimes that's all you need is some good catchers. And even if your bowling is pretty ordinary on the day, not saying that Manhattan Yorkers hasn't bowled well, but my point is some sometimes some good catching and fielding. They're back up on even an ordinary bowling attack. But what we have seen so far from Yasser Mohammed, Yash Kangura, Rushir Joshi, Manoj Acharya, Preet Shah, and Nimesh Bechu is better than ordinary so far. 64 to win.
That would have been a maiden over from Bechu as well. Kind of went under the radar. But yeah, you go back to your point. All the bowlers have done their job quite well so far from the Yorkers.
And you look at Yasser Mohammed, a man with international experience, having just come off an international tour. The attack gets even more potent. He's gone for one in this over so far. We've seen a mid-wicket over from Bechu. Goes down the leg side, will be called a wide. And speaking of extra, had it not been for the several extras we have seen here, 18 to be exact, you get the feeling the Manhattan Yorkers might have been in a better position than they are at 57 for 4.
Yeah, it was a point I was just going to make, that even you look at the extra count has been quite high. It's in fact it's been quite poor from the Manhattan Yorkers. That's been the one area they've really not been able, down the leg side again. They haven't been able to control. This one could run away, running away to the boundary, and they'll get a couple more to add on to that. So 3 more needless runs they conceded from the Manhattan Yorkers. But even then, with 21 extras conceded, they've still been able to keep themselves in this game.
So 5 off the over so far, 3 wides and in fact 4 wides and a single. Ball driven into the offside. Kasmi will get off the mark, will retain strike when play resumes. 12 gone. Cavaliers, they're chasing 120, they're batting a 61 for 4. They need 59 to win. So 61 for 4, 59 to win from 48. Ball, straight into the hands of man, a short cover. And Saeed Zohaib Kazmi goes 61 for 5.
Soft dismissal, really soft dismissal in the end, straight to the fielder. And Kazmi, his stay at the crease has not yielded much. He goes for 1. And the Manhattan Yorkers back in this game, 5 wickets down, and the Cavaliers really under the gun here. 61 for 5.
So Nimesh Bechu has picked up another one. Adil Bhatti will come to the middle. The Manhattan Yorkers 119 posted, and we talked about don't underrate those. And all of a sudden, Cavaliers, they're batting a 61 for 5. They still need 59. Nimesh Bechu has bowled a spell. He's bowled 7 balls. He hasn't given up a single run. And he's picked up a couple of wickets, Matt. What an opportunity for him to segue into minor league cricket in 2024.
Brilliant start to things here from Nimesh Bechu. And he's doing that against the runners-up from last season as well. The conference championships. The winners of the conference championship. It'll be a big win this for the Manhattan Yorkers if they're able to pull it off. They certainly believe they can.
We talk about the newbies and the experienced player. Here is one, Adil Bhatti, who's been around American cricket for a long time and still continues to perform at a top level. It's a big appeal and everyone's scampering, everybody's running. We'll wait and see. Leg by is the call. More extras here for Somerset Cavaliers. And they need 58 to win, Matt.
Beichu has still not conceded a run. 22 now, the extras count. We look at Nimish. Beichu, that one on the back foot, looking to guide it down. Struck high on the leg.
So still batting to come. Junaid Nadir, Adnan Haroon, and Desai. Beichu has yet to concede a run. What impressive bowling from this man. 10 balls, he's picked up 2. He hasn't given up a single run. And he's put pressure on this Cavaliers lineup, still needing 58 to win from 44 balls. Asking almost 8 runs and over. Ball stroked into the offside. Once a single is Usman. And sent back by Adil Bhatti. So it's all happening here at Mercer County Park, Matt. 119 posted by Yorkers.
Yeah, having another look at this was a long way down. And then having to go back was Saeed. Direct hit as well, asking the question.
So we saw 119 posted by the Yorkers. 41 top scorers. Shashidar, the wicketkeeper. A lot of bunks and turn. Could pick up a couple of runs here. Yasser Mohammed, in fact, they settle for 1, and that will complete 13. And after 13s, New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers chasing 119. They're batting a 63 for 5. They need 47 from 42.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So correction, 57 from 42. Yasser Mohammed will continue. I'm at the final ball in the over from Nimish Beichu was his first run ever conceded in his bowling spell so far. Impressive stuff from him. 2 overs, 1 mid, 1 for 2.
Yeah, brilliant. That was the first run that he's conceded all day, right at the end of the over. The spinners have really got the Yorkers back in this game. 2 wickets for Beichu, 1 for Yasir.
So big appeal, and Yasser Mohammed looks very confident that he would have gotten his man.
Yeah, he was off. He was off to the races. It was Yasir Mohammed.
So extras goes up to 23 with that leg by. And you take away 60, you take away 23 from 64, Matt. What do we got?
41. So just 41 runs have come off the bat here from the Cavaliers.
Ball driven into the offside. The confidence of Adil Bhatti continues to perform at a top level, Matt. What is required, and sometimes don't be fooled by age. Sometimes age brings maturity. It brings experience. And it brings a lot more to the table than what those numbers can really portray. Usman Saeed on strike. Oh, he gets a ball that comes back. That's the googly. And he does well. In fact, we're looking to cut initially. And he made a very quick adjustment. That's the googly.
Also rose quite a bit. Got a little high on him. Did well to adjust all around.
So ball paddling to the onside, and Cavaliers find themselves needing 54 from 37 balls, asking almost 9 runs and over, 8.7 to be exact. And they're going a 4.7, Matt. A bit of a gap there. Adil Bhatti comes back into strike. And you look on your card, it's double 6 for the loss of 5.
Final ball then of the day for Yasser Mohammed. Will bowl out. 1 for 15 so far. Finishes off with a quicker one. Straight to the fielder from Adil Bhatti. 66 for 5 it remains. 4 overs, 1 for 15 from Yasser Mohammed. It's 66 for 5.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Preet Shah will continue. 2 overs, none for 8. Very tight stuff we've seen from all the spinners. And now, just like that, something that we haven't really touched on over the last few overs, the required run rate is now at 9 runs and over. Good start this from Preet Shah. And things beginning to slip away here from the Somerset Cavaliers. 9.2 now and over, 54 from 35. And the wickets not really on their side.
So ball into the offside, running quickly, good running. Usman Saeed and Adil Bhatti with Junaid Nadir, Adnan Haroon and Viraj Desai to come. Seen another tough day for the batters here at Mercer County Park. We saw 41 from Shashidar and a couple of 15s from the other players. People are watching cricket here at Mercer County Park. You get the feeling, Matt. Tomorrow on Sundays is a couple double headers for the following 2 days. In fact, for the other 3 days. Ball punched into the offside from Adil Bhatti, and he can't score. Yes, a good point you made, that the run rate has gone beyond 9. And not only, Matt, it has gotten a little tough here for the Cavaliers to really stave off a very, very good bowling performance. But now run rate has become a factor for the 2 batters out in the middle and the others to come if they come. Usman Saeed and Adil Bhatti out in the middle. So 68 for 5, 52 runs needed. Preet Shah, a lot of turn, a lot of bounce. And it adds to the intrigue here. Manhattan Yorkers in their opening game against the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. And they've got themselves into a good position here with 52 needed from 31 balls. With a run rate that has gone beyond 10 now, Matt. Defended into the offside, and you get the feeling that Usman Saeed is competent enough, but the 15th over comes to a close. It's 68 for 5.
So Rushe Joshi will come back off a bit of speed in for the Manhattan Yorkers, who last season would have pulled off a bit of an upset victory. They would have defeated the New Jersey Stallions right here on opening day. So here again in 2024, they're back at Mercer County on opening day. And you've got to say, they're in charge of this game, having the Cavaliers 5 down with requiring over 10 runs and over. You've got to say the Manhattan Yorkers could pull off back-to-back wins over New Jersey franchises on opening day.
Yeah, Matt, we made mention that they've met 5 times during the course of the last 3 years of minor league. And a very slim lead by the Cavaliers, 3-2. And can history repeat itself in 2020 from 2023? And if it does, then Manhattan Yorkers will get the better of the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. Adil Bhatti on 2, Usman Saeed is on 4. And they need 52 in 30 balls. Here is Rushir Joshi. Runs into ball to Adil Bhatti. And Bhatti is slashing. That's a lovely shot. Running up towards the point boundary. Will cross the rope now. And that has gone away for 4. Lovely shot from Adil Bhatti.
Lovely shot indeed, given some width right away. And this outfield has certainly improved from what we usually know it as. Nicely played from Adil Bhatti, and he'll have to really play a big knock here. 48 of 29 required. That could be a shot that really gets him going.
Yeah, he's a quality player, Matt, and 48 to win from 29. All they need probably is a big over, and then we go back to 1s and 2s and try to counter the spin. And you look at Rushir Joshi giving up that 4. Boundary has been difficult to come by for the Cavaliers. And he may have released some bit of pressure with that ball that was cut away for 4 from Adil Bhatti, Matt. 72 for 5. Keeps a tad low, but he does well to push the ball into the offside and hands the strike over to Usman Saeed. A good over for the Cavaliers in the first 3 balls. They have picked up 5 and they need 47 from the next remaining 27 balls.
Yeah, they need that's about 10 runs and over. They've got 5 and 3. If they can get maybe another boundary here, will certainly make it an on par over for them.
So ball awkward there to Usman Saeed. Could be leg by. Leg by is the call from the umpire, and that has taken the extras up to 24. 46 to win. Yeah, Adil Bhatti solid as ever. And the action continues here. The action will continue tomorrow. The Stallions begin their campaign. Quick turnover for the Yorkers. That's the 10 o'clock game. And in the afternoon, New England Eagles will come up against the Philadelphians. That's slated for 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So a couple of games here at Mercer County Park as across many other venues around the world, around the country. Adil Bhatti wants one. No, says Usman Saeed, and the 16th over comes to a close. 46 to win from 24 balls. 46 to win from 24. Asking rate 11.5 runs at over, Matt, and you get the feeling the Manhattan Yorkers have got good bowling to probably stave off the 11.5 runs required in the next 24 balls.
So we'll see Manoj Acharya back into the attack here for the Manhattan Yorkers. He's got 2 overs remaining. 2 overs, 1 for 6. So he's bowled really well. And 46 required from 24 deliveries now. It's over 11 runs and over, almost 12 runs and over required here for the Somerset Cavaliers. And they'll really need to put together a flourish of boundaries here if they are to win this contest. And Manoj Acharya, well, not the easiest customer to hit around the park.
So we come back into the last 24 overs, Matt, and we've seen a strong bowling performance from one Nimish Baichu. 2 overs, 1 made, 1 for 2. But you get the feeling he being Nimish Baichu, may not see the ball again, as Manoj Acharya has gone for the seamers and himself. Ball into the onside, is scamper through for 1. Would have come off the bat of Usman Saeed, so that equation comes down to 45 to win from 23. Manoj Acharya picked up the early wicket of Kinar Lewis. And he's come back for a second spell, 2 overs, 1 for 6 in the first spell, and he's given up 1. Adel Bhatti comes into strike, and they need 45. Somerset Cavaliers. Oh, he's out caught behind. So another wicket goes down, and Cavaliers have lost 6. Adel Bhatti caught behind off the bowling of Manoj Acharya is 75 for 6. So another wicket goes down as Cavaliers, they're batting at 75 for 6. 45 runs needed from 22. Junaid Nadir comes to the middle. And Manoj Acharya 2 for 7. How this game has turned out, Pat. 119 posted by the Yorkers. And they seem bent on defending, with the Cavaliers still needing 45 from 22, with 4 wickets in hand as Junaid Nadir joins Usman Saeed.
Yeah, Junaid Nadir can strike the ball quite well. He'll need to really get going quickly, and so will Saeed at the other end if they're to pull this one off. But the Manhattan Yorker is looking increasingly likely that they could be the first team to register some points, unless Junaid Nadir can have a say. Looks to go big right away. Will only pick up a single.
Yeah, doesn't have much choices, Matt. Junaid Nadir. And we have seen Usman Saeed gone through a bit of rough time with the spinners, but he has held on. Hasn't given his wicket away, and he has used up 16 balls, but in context what has happened here, he is preventing them from getting another wicket. Oh, cut away. That's a lovely shot. Even better fielding here from Yasser Mohammed. And may have stopped a couple of runs there, Matt. Good shot from Usman Saeed. 43 to win.
Yeah, very good fielding though from Yasser Mohammed. Could have definitely been a couple of runs, maybe even more. We've seen this outfield, particularly on that side, be a little quick. Brilliant bit of work there from Yasser Mohammed. Junaid has latched onto one. He's teed off, and he's got a maximum. Exactly what the Somerset Cavaliers needed. I mentioned he can strike the ball a long way, and he's done just that. Second ball has taken on Acharya and has got it over the rope.
Yeah, that's a massive strike from Junaid Nadir. Look at that, latched onto it. He has no choice at this stage of the game, and you never know what he can bring to the table, Matt. Towards the end, 19 balls remaining. They need 37. And final ball, here is Acharya. Driven into the onside, running quickly as if he wants to come back for 2. They'll come back for 2. Good running here. And the throw comes in. The appeal goes up, he's gone. So that's the end of Usman Saeed. Run out 1. And another wicket falls there for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. 86 for 7.
Yeah, so it was always going to be a tight second run. That they were pushing, but the throw was good. And Usman Saeed, in the end, has been run out. It's another wicket down here for the Cavaliers. Down the ground from Junaid Nadir. Kangura charging in. Good throw. Back to Acharya, and he's gone by a mile. So 84 for 7 now on the board for the Cavaliers. Saeed falls.
So Adnan Haroon comes to the middle. Junaid Nadir is on 8. Rashir Joshi has been given the ball, and we come down to 3 overs required, Matt. 3 overs remaining, with Cavaliers still needing 36.
He's going to be on strike right away here, will Haroon.
So they get a single into the onside. I think this is a good plan that benefits Cavaliers, because we have seen how big Junaid Nadir can really hit the ball, and they need 35 from 17. So you'll have to step on the gas at this stage of this match, Matt.
Yeah, and Junaid Nadir will probably have to be the man to do so. Getting deep into the tail end now.
So he goes straight, doesn't time it well. We'll get a single. Both fielders overrunning the ball slightly, but in the end, only a single. And Adnan Haroon comes into strike for his second ball. His 34 to win from 16 balls.
Haroon will have to get some striking going as well. Can't afford to have everything come down to Junaid. He'll need to get some support, even if it's just a boundary or 2 from Adnan Haroon in addition to the strike rotation.
What about dot balls?
Well, that's not what they'll need. The Somerset Cavaliers, they've just got to try and lay button ball. Swinging and missing will certainly not help the cause.
Yeah, we've seen a very good performance here from the Yorkers. 119. They were batting well at 39 for 2. At one stage, lost some wickets in clusters, but we saw a big partnership from Parwani and Shashidar. In the air, Manoj Acharya comes in. The catching has been good, continues to be very fine. And another wicket goes down. Adnan Haroon is gone. It's 89, 86 for 8. And it's Yorkers all the way.
Yeah, looking to go big here is Haroon. Again, doesn't really have much of a choice. Into the pitch, straight up in the air, and Manoj Acharya running in. You mentioned how good the catching has been from the Manhattan Yorkers. Manoj Acharya, very safe fielder himself. 86 for 8.
So Najaf Shaw comes to the middle. And Manhattan Yorkers are bent on on an impressive start for another season. And probably they're on the verge here of clinching one against the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. 34 to win from 14 balls. So Rushir Joshi has picked up a couple of wickets. And more than anything else, with 86 for 8, with 34 to get, it looks like Manhattan Yorkers will put points on the table tonight.
Yeah, and they'll look to get ready for the Stallions then if they're able to get some points on the board. That won't be an easy contest for them either.
Strike from Najaf Shah and a towering 6 from one of the tallest men in minor league, or at least one of the taller players. That's gone for 6.
Yeah, lawful toss offered here from Joshi. And Najaf Shah helps himself to a monstrous 6 straight down the ground. Just over Yasir Mohammed. And exactly what the Somerset Cavaliers need, and still not over yet. Najaf Shah picks up 6. It's 92 for 8. They need 28 from the final 2 overs.
So we come down to the last 2 overs, 28 to win. And both batters out in the middle mat have experienced the thrill of hitting a ball out of the playing area. Najaf Shah, lovely shot in the last ball. And it comes down to Junaid Nadir with 28 to win from 12 balls. Here's Manoj Acharya. Oh, big strike from Junaid Nadir. He has struck it well. And that has gone for a maximum. So a good start to the 19th over.
Huge start indeed this for the Somerset Cavaliers. They've still got to believe. We saw a 6 from Najaf Shah, 1 now from Nadir, back-to-back 6s. This from the Somerset Cavaliers. And Junaid Nadir, you feel if he can hit a few more, all of a sudden we're back to an even game.
So 98 for 8. They need 22 from 11 balls. 21 will push it into a super over. Nadir goes towards long on. They will not go for a single mat. Good plan.
I think so. I think you've got to allow Junaid Nadir to really maximize this over. Really try and get it down to maybe 12, 13, 14. Maybe in the final over. Maybe nearing closer to 12.
Into the onside. Has he found the gap? They're running for 1. They're across for 2. They come back. The throw. Oh! And I think Najaf Shah is gone. In fact, he is gone. And it's 99 for 9. 99 for 9. 21 from 9 balls.
And yeah, well, that's the one thing that the Cavaliers, they don't really have the wickets to play with, to take those quick runs, to really chance a run out. They just have lost too many wickets, and now Najaf Shah, the 9th one that goes down, and the Cavaliers 99 for 9.
To this game, sure. Comes to the middle mat, but Junaid Nadir, the only hope here for Somerset Cavaliers, on strike with 21 to win.
Yeah, Junaid Nadir has hit 2 6s. Will need to probably hit 2 more.
Well, it's not over. Still a big hope for them. And he walks across the offside. We've seen on a couple of occasions. Here he goes again. Oh, massive shot into the onside. Gone for another maximum. And Junaid Nadir stands between the Yorkers and Cavaliers this afternoon.
Yeah, he's not giving up, even though he's lost partners, even though the run rate is always going up. He's doing his best to bring it back down. He's at 3 sixes now, 2 in this over off of Acharya. And Junaid Nadir, he's playing a blinder here. 15 required from 8. And here he is, he faces up to Acharya again.
Straight down the ground. They're gone for 1, they come for 2. Oh, chance of a run out. Bit of a stumble here from Junaid Nadir. But he picks up 2, and it comes down to 13 to win from 7 balls.
Had to push for 2 there. Junaid Nadir, the fall may have doomed him, but he was able to really get home. The throw had initially gone to the bowler's end, and that may have just saved him those couple of seconds for the bowler to collect and then to fire the throw back.
So final ball, does he keep strike? Does he go for 1? Does he go big? Here is Acharya. He gets the ball into the offside. He will retain strike, and they need 12 in the last over. It's all happening here at Mercer County Park, and it's not over, folks, until it's really over. 11 to equal the scores with 6 balls remaining. 12 will win it. Junaid Nadir will be on strike. He is on 25, Matt. Where's your money?
Well, that's 2 sixes. 12 is 2 sixes, and Junaid Nadir has struck 3 already. Certainly, if Junaid Nadir faces 6 balls, even if it takes the final ball, if he can face 6 balls, I wouldn't put it past him to hit 2 sixes. So the way he's gone.
So it all comes down to Preet Shah, who has been given the last over. We talked about how rare spinners have been giving last over in T20 cricket. Well, here is one, Preet Shah. He's been given the ball. Junaid Nadir is a couple of big 6s away from pulling this off for the Cavaliers. And I think that's what makes Cavaliers such a strong team, Matt. You never know where they can pull a game back, and Junaid Nadir has done that. 25 off 10, but it comes down to 11 to equal the scores, and 12 will give them points on the table.
You never know indeed with this Cavaliers team. They've got, as I mentioned in the first innings, this team is composed of so many all-rounders. Even with the ball, they've got so many bowling options to choose from, and they've got so many guys that can come in with the bat. Even a guy like Junaid Nadir coming in at number 8 can still strike the ball, can still win you games with his batting. And it'll be pressure here on Preet Shah, the spinner coming in. It might be an interesting strategy, Joe. Takes the pace off it. Junaid Nadir has certainly liked the ball coming onto the bat easily. We'll see how he fares against the spin.
So Junaid Nadir on strike, 12 needed. Here is Preet Shah, last over here at Mercer County Park in this match. He comes into Junaid Nadir. A little bit of cat and mouse play, Matt.
A little bit of Karen Pollard tactics, perhaps, from Preet Shah.
So Nadir is ready, and so is Preet Shah. He comes in, 12 needed. A big swing and a miss, and it goes through to Shashidar.
And a good start for Preet Shah. Every dot ball will count, but Junaid Nadir can finish this in 2 balls if he has his way. So Preet Shah has still got a long way to go.
So here is Preet Shah again to Junaid Nadir. How well he has struck the ball today for Somerset Cavaliers. And he dabs into the offside, and we all know he won't be running that. Still waiting for 2 big hits. Will it come? Can Preet Shah contain Junaid Nadir? You get the feeling that Desai will not play a part in what's happening here. It's all Junaid Nadir and Preet Shah. Here is the 3rd ball. He swings, he misses. Preet Shah, 3 dot balls.
Brilliant stuff this from Preet Shah. He's holding his own so far, and it's come down to 12 from 3, so the margin for error is not on Nadir's side. He'll need to smash 2 of these next 3 balls for 6.
So 12 still needed. The over started with 12 needed, Matt. With 3 balls gone, it is still 12 needed. Here is Preacher. And he conceded a wide. So he concedes a wide and adds to the drama and the intrigue. 10 will level the scores. 11 will win it.
Now Nadir can afford for one to bounce just in front of the ropes. You can hit a 4, you can hit a 6 to tie it, or you can get the Cavaliers the win now with 2 6s. Oh, it's over. Just over the head, but again they opt not to run. So Junaid Nadir, it'll come down to the final 2 balls. He will absolutely have to hit 2 boundaries now, there's no doubt about it. Preet Shah has held his own so far. He has not been hit out of the ground.
Yeah, we see Sid Kappa. Ball going into the region of Sid Kappa. Got hands to the ball. I would have sealed it for the Manhattan Yorkers, but game on still. This has to go for 6. And what an over we've seen here from Preet Shah. Another dot ball, and we've only seen a single.
Yeah, just wide coming from it. Final ball should be a formality. And another swing and a miss. So Preet Shah has held his own. They took the pace off bowling to Nadir. We saw him really like the pace. Preet Shah, a spinner, has done the job for the Manhattan Yorkers in the final over. It's quite fitting though, given the spinners were the one that got the Yorkers back into the game. And Preet Shah, 4 overs, none for 11, with just a 1-run final over. Take a bow, and the Manhattan Yorkers get their campaign off in style yet again.
Matt, and the irony is Junaid Nadir was striking the ball so well, and the ironic thing, he never connected with a single ball except one.
Not a single delivery. The one
in this over.
The one he connected with was just a simple dab that he didn't run, and then one that he hoiked away that gave Sid Kappa the chance. But in the end, he just could not get bat on ball, and when he did, he couldn't find the elevation. He couldn't get the ball over the ropes. As we see, Manoj Acharya and his Manhattan Yorkers will be very happy. It's a quick turnaround. They face the New Jersey Stallions right here again tomorrow morning, but they will have a bit of time. They'll have some hours, and they'll have tonight to celebrate getting their campaign off to a very good start. A 10-run victory over the Somerset Cavaliers, and it's points for the Yorkers just as it was last year.
Yeah, an impressive display here for the Manhattan Yorkers, and there we go, Cavaliers. We saw Junaid Nadir was very close in bringing it home, but in the end missed out on the last over. The brilliance from Preet Shah, and in the end, New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers have lost one already in the series, and it's the Manhattan Yorkers winning by 10 runs. Look at the bowling card. Well, man of the hour will go right down to Preet Shah. 4 overs, no mid, none for 11. And that last over, Matt, may have sealed the fate here of the Somerset Cavaliers. An impressive performance from Preet Shah that saw Manhattan Yorkers winning by a margin of 10 runs in the end. So that's what will do it here from Mercer County Park. On behalf of production team Omer Khan and his crew, just want to our match summary with the news: Manhattan Yorkers wins by 10 runs. So join us again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, in which Manhattan Yorkers, they'll return here and they'll take on the New Jersey Stallions. Until then, on behalf of the entire production crew and Matthew and myself, we want to say good afternoon here from Mercer County Park, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 10. Until then, goodbye and good night. So a bit of swing, takes the pad, runs up towards the fine leg area, and look at that, things have begun not too well here for the Yorkers, and there's 4 leg byes, 4 bonus runs. A lot of swing. He's gone. Sir Kinnar Lewis falls. Second ball of the innings. Manoj Acharya has made an early strike
To look up to and learn from.
So ball goes down the leg side wide, and look at this. We've seen 9 extras in this over. So certainly not one of the better balls, but it's Hatton Yorkers. Oh, lovely drive. What a classy shot from Chandrapal Hemraj. And that has gone away for 4. Abdullah trying to go big. Fielder does well. And off the ricochet. And this one has gone away for 4 byes. So
To do. Lovely shot straight down the ground. Easy as you like from Chandrapal Hemraj. A crisp looking shot.
on 11. A big dot on. Oh, he's been given out. 29 for 2.
Well, totally against the run of play.
Cavaliers. And Abdullah driving well. Straight up towards the mid-off area. Yasser Mohammed gives chase, but in the end, the ball wins. Abdullah picks up a boundary. Expect a better pitch. Pulled into the onside. Lovely shot from Abdullah. Finds the gap this time with all the ease in the world. And couple of 4s off the bat of Abdullah. Big shot into the onside from Gajanan Singh. He has seen enough. And he makes a move.
So far. Well, there he goes. Does he have enough here? Fielder running in and will take the catch. So we were just talking about the approach being all 1s and 2s. Abdullah going for the odd boundary. And thought for a little bit he would have had enough, but Bechu. Well. Straight into the hands of Manoj Acharya.
59 to win from 48. Ball, oh, straight into the hands of man. A short cover. And Saeed Zohaib Kazmi goes 61 for 5. The ball to Adil Bhatti. And Bhatti is slashing. That's a lovely shot. Running up towards the point boundary. Will cross the rope now. And that has gone away for 4. Lovely shot from Adil Bhatti. Somerset Cavaliers. Oh, he's out caught behind. So another wicket. Final ball. Here is Acharya. Driven into the onside. Running quickly as if he wants to come back for 2. They'll come back for 2. Good running here. And the throw comes in. The appeal goes up. He's gone. So that's the end of Usman Saeed. Run out 1. Parwani and Shashidar. In the air. Manoj Acharya comes in. The catching has been good. Continues to be very fine. And another wicket goes down. Adnan Haroon is gone. It's 89, 86 for 8. A couple of occasions. Here he goes again. Oh, massive shot. Into the outside. Gone for another maximum. And Junaid Nadir.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.